Alrighty, folks. Good afternoon and welcome back to the stream. Officially, the first for realsies actually totally legitimately scheduled. Forgot to turn on my lights because I'm very well prepared for these things. Stream of 2021. I hope yesterday treated you well. I hope you had a decent day today as well. I forgot to stream about being live. I knew there was something. Man, freaking what am I? I definitely feeling the 3 days in a row for me is like I can just feel the energy just going like whoa, and I can feel it today where I'm like, oh, okay, we're just gonna train some Gunlance today. We're just gonna get good as best we can, and you know, damn the consequences if it so comes to that. If you're spelling re-enter, do you put it re-enter, like or e-enter? Because you can't just put or e-e-enter, because that'd be re-enter. Re-enter the. Hang on. I just wanna. Okay, got it. I swear I'll be with you in a second. I swear I'm doing real, actual human. I hope y'all are doing well. I'm trying to think of like, I don't know, something interesting I did today or anything, but I haven't really done anything. Oh, you know what I did fucking hear? I was just watching Dave's stream there a minute ago. You know what I did fucking hear? One, Love, Death and Robots on Netflix is season 2 is apparently out tomorrow, and that was actually like it's Love, Death and Robots was like a series of weird cyberpunky-ish short stories basically. But it was pretty good. It had some good ones there. It had some bad ones, but I mean, like any short story collection, some are going to be good, some are going to be bad. They're all a lot of them are very interesting or aesthetically pleasing at the very least. Season 2 of that is coming out tomorrow. More importantly, Castlevania Season 4 has just dropped, and I regret the fact that I'm not going to be here this weekend, so I can't watch that with Carolina. Gotta go spend time with my family. God. How awful, how terrible is my life. Also, I was just chatting with my parents there, and my mom has gotten her vaccine, and my dad is scheduled to get his, which is pretty cool. It's like a bit of worry off my head a little bit. So that's pretty freaking nice. My parents are old. Well, actually, they're not that old, but they're old. Hashtag Twitch. Hashtag Monster Hunter. So I don't know why. It's entirely pointless. I hate hashtagging the shit I tweet or say or anything like that. I know. I think I'm just. It's that stupid cynical part of my brain that's like, oh, no, you're just looking for attention. And I was like, well, no, literally, I am looking for attention. I'm here on Twitter. Partially, this tweet is about advertising my stream. Of course, I am looking for attention, and it's like, fucking, these hashtags are useful. And I've gotten some things off of hashtags, like I've been approached for a few things off of hashtags. I've not taken most of those things. No, it's not that interested. But it's clearly a bit of movement, which is nice. I'm still trying to figure out that whole like businessy advertising thing, but also without being scummy. I refuse to go over the line of, I suppose, there's a line where it feels wrong, and I never want to go over that line. Or if I even do go over it, I'll, not go over it once and then not go over it again. There's a line where it feels wrong, and it's not necessarily, I don't know. Wrong would be like, taking G2A sponsorship. That would be wrong to me, because you know that's a clearly shitty business with well documented shitty business tactics and shitty things. Or I don't know, a Nestle, a Nestle sponsorship, or the. In fact, I had the Raid Shadow Legends one, but I was like, you know, I mean, honestly, I was playing Raid up until the sponsorship, and if they'd caught me like a couple weeks beforehand, I would have done it because I was legitimately playing Raid Shadow Legends. But then when it happened, I was like, no, I don't really recommend this game at all anymore. I have finally snapped my senses on the sheer gacha time waste it is. Those games are weird because like in like one way I'm like, oh hey, neat, you know, little gacha games to play, and you know, they're just a bit of waste of time. But at the same time, they're also like super predatory and like trying their best to get you to spend their money. Like they're really trying to attack you. They're one of those things that you can call good business that I would punch someone in the face for, because it might be good business, but it does feel wrong in some way. There is something about it that feels wrong. It does feel like it is trying to take advantage of people with, you know, shitty tactics. That's not to say all mobile games do that, but a lot of them do. Okay, fucking tweeting. Jesus Christ. Sorry, I haven't looked at chat at all because I've been on the fucking... I've literally been on the Twitter screen for... I stopped talking to do that rant, even though I was just doing the rant to buy time to tweet. But that stopped me from typing because I can't type and talk. I'm a mess, man. Absolute shambles. Absolute terrible monstrosity. Anyway, folks, I hope yous are doing good. Thank you very much for being here and shit. Like it means a lot. I don't feel like I express it well enough a lot of the time, but it really does mean a lot if folks show up and watch my dumb shit. And with that said, welcome on in everyone. Sally, good to see you. Oxy, Ash, look at that schedule. Not even like that's like the provisional schedule, so like that is tentatively will change. And I kind of want to add... I think I'm just going to have an extra day there that just kind of just goes wherever. And by goes wherever, I mean it'll probably Monday or Sunday. It probably won't go anywhere else other than Monday or Sunday, because those are very easy days to just stream on. It also prevents me from having to do 3 days in a row with the way I've set it. The schedule, which is entirely possibly like a failure of the schedule I've set out. It might have been better to go Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, and then I could choose Friday or Thursday as like the extra day to add in. That might have been a better idea. Whatever. But yeah, how are you all doing? When I tried to struggle to watch until he comes to my aid, no worries, Ben. Glad to help. And yes, Blender 3D modeling. It was more of like a thing I streamed, but yeah, whatever. Nas, Twitter is dumb. 100%. Twitter is stupid. But also it's a useful tool. What a fucking sellout attention seeker. Oh, 100%. Like, absolutely, give me your money. Absolutely. I will make a TikTok. I will post the dances. I won't actually do those things. Mostly because I just don't... If I wanted to do them and I thought like they would help the channel, I would totally do them. But I don't really want to do TikTok, so I'm not doing it. Even though I should, maybe, but you know, whatever. Elysium, good to see you. Leader, how you doing as well? Hello, attention seeker. Imagine using hashtags for what they're intended to be used for. God, categorization of data to be able to easily access and find and search it. God, what a shitter. I find being genuine key. I try and hit that genuine line. The line is Raid Shadow Legends. It's a good line. Raid sponsor will be the biggest meme. It's like I've known Dave has taken a raid sponsor before, and it was like perfectly grand. It was just a way to fucking give him money, basically. So fucking whatever. With a lot of those sponsorships, it's kind of looks like, you know, if you enjoy the thing and it gets money, then whatever. I don't think raid is the devil as mobiles games go. I think there's actually worse ones. Legitimately, from playing raid, it's one of the ones that's actually like you can actually like play it like whenever you want to play it. You don't actually get energy blocked like you do in a lot of mobile games. This quite the same way. You can play it a bit and then just put it down. It does eventually just revolve into it, you know, an internal grind and whatever. But again, that's mobile games. Hell, that's just games at the moment. Shots fired, etc., etc. Yoko was good. It's a bit down. It's a bit boring play. What's Sino Ellis? I actually never heard of that, and I didn't know it was made by Yoko Taro. Don't have a Wednesday schedule and just keep streaming Wednesdays regardless. Who would do that? I mean, what kind of shitter would do such a thing? That'd be crazy. God. A mobile gacha game by Yoko Taro. I did not know that exists. Which one is your origami again? I'm 99% sure your one's an owl. But I could be wrong. In fact, I am wrong. You're a butterfly. Damn. My bad. Ali's the owl. Shit. I was just thinking... Ah, man. Damn it. I fucked it up. And Ash, thank you for the hydrate. I've been sipping tea this whole time. Does that count? But I'll show you, Ali. Sally, yours is this one here. This boy right here. Did you see the meme image? I seen it. I seen Dave reading it out. If you have a link to it, I would happily give it a rehearsal here. Hey, Alxie, good first time seeing you. I hope you've had a good day of answering doors and other such things that humans do. Never felt like I need to put in money to continue in a meaningful way. Like, if a mobile game can do that, I'm generally pretty happy with it. Raid was surprisingly good at that. But yeah, it did just evolve into boring grinding eventually. Like, it was just... And the character designs were pretty... as well. Honey, you have a request from Ben. Ben, make sure you have a shape and a color picked out, or Carolina will come to your house and steal your dog or cat. See, that's a threat she would actually carry out. So, like we've seen dogs and cats like walking down the street, and we're like, "Oh man, there's a dog sitting on that porch, a tiny dog. We could steal that dog and just take it for ourselves." We don't, but we could. Chicken, yellow chicken. There you go. Frankly, if you get a sweet sponsorship offer, I'll launch a pitch game. I have no problem doing a sponsorship as long as I personally like have some investment in the thing itself. Like if, say, like what the example I was saying before, if Nestle came to me with something, I'd be like, God no. If Raid came to me, I'd probably be like, nah, not really. You know, I'm not interested in it. If another mobile game came to me, I'd be like, I'll check it out. I'll have a look at it and see how I feel about it, and then I'll do something about it. You know, it's kind of the try it first, and then I had one for clothing apparel actually. That one came my way once. A clothing apparel brand tried to get in with me. It was a fairly new thing. It looked like it was a bit of a possibly a scam. Their stuff was very expensive, but like the style of it was just like, this is so far off my freaking style. I was just like, no, I'm sorry, it really doesn't fit with my image. That was the polite way of saying it. It was more like it was like a company that was only a few months old, and I was like, you know what? I'm sure. Don't let him fool you all ban. I mean, you'd take the dog though, if you could. If you could, she'd take the dog as an opportunity. Like I feel like in that case she'd want you to not have shit picked out. Ooh, yes, this. What the hang on, this is new to me. I didn't see these bits. Let me change my display settings for a second. Main scene. Oop, there we go. So here's the original thing, right? This is the original thing. In a translation shared by Monster Hunter veteran Gaijin Hunter, we're gifted with Yoko Taro's Monster Hunter Rise. So is this officially, like, Yoko Taro wrote this, or is this something someone thought would be Yoko Taro's story. Either way, it does hit. As I play Image Rise, here's the story I thought up. After tutorial, there's a rampage, and the buff... Yoko Taro, by the way, developer of the Drakengard series, Nier, Automata, and Replicant. After tutorial, there's a rampage, and the buff old man acts as a shield to save everyone, but dies. In fact, he dies due to a mistake that my player makes. Either Dango Girl or the Buddy Plaza kid dies. The one who doesn't falls into darkness and sets fire to Kamura Village. The chorus from the Buddy Plaza BGM no longer plays. The last boss arrives, but nothing you can do will harm it. But you can sacrifice one of the twins to make a weapon out of her that will damage it. You, the player, has to choose which of the girls. After creating the weapon, there is no longer singing in the village background music. As the main character dies out, they are replaced by a store generic NPCs, and they start to come to the conclusion that the player is a danger to the village. They'll start restricting items and weapons, making the game more difficult. During a super hard quest, the target monster is able to talk. They tell you the true meaning behind the monsters in Kamura Village, and we learn the real reason why our hunter has a voice in the game. After clearing all the village quests, the village is left asunder. You can only play online multiplayer. The player who's lost everything can only go on killing monsters in this cold, barren world. Q title. Like, that's so delightfully exactly how Yoko Taro would write Monster Hunter Rise. But here's the artwork associated with that now. the Noah Greatsword. The Noah Greatsword versus I'm guessing that's Kizu? That looks like Kizu. Haven't played many gachas myself, but I always thought they were simple, boring gameplay, and most played for the characters or lore. I think, for me anyway, it always feels like with gacha games, I'm basically just playing for the progression. For me, it's just like I'm basically there for the sweet ding and level up and that feeling, which is a terrible reason to play a game, in my opinion. I mean, it's not the worst reason, but it's not a good reason, and it's not one I personally actually end up finding much enjoyment in. I'm just suckered into it because I'm a terrible human. This is by Yoko Taro? Hang on.
Hey, is that your dog?
Okay.
Can I pet it? It looks really cute. Oh my. Oh, you beautiful thing. Oh, you're perfect. You're coming with me. See ya. Goodbye. See ya. Goodbye.
Wait, what? Oh, right, this is me. This is Carolina. Yeah, okay. We had a video of you stealing a dog. That's all. I'm sure this is perfectly fine, and we'll have no consequences. Alright, let me get that off screen. Hey, Sixth. How you doing? I'm doing grand. I'm a little lower energy today than I was the past couple days. Well, actually, no, yesterday. Yesterday I was higher energy, the day before as well. But we'll see how it goes. I kind of just want to hyper focus on Gunlance and not being shit today. You can also see I'm wearing this armor. I was playing with Skellyman, the great Skellyman. He's playing Monster Hunter Rise now, so I jumped in and played a few rounds with him yesterday. It was a bit of crack. He's only at low rank though, so I had to gear right the fuck down. I don't know if I did. I still don't know if I geared down enough, but I've seen a lot of art where the twins have their own weapons. The one that gets me with all fan art, and I really need to finish making my bit of fan art to exemplify this. But there's these fan arts of Hinoa and Minoto, and it's like Hinoa and Minoto, and it's like perfectly normal, not lewd in any way artwork, but just gigantic boobs, like they're just out to here on them, and it's like that is not what they look like. They're fairly, I mean, they're fairly normal, question mark, but not they weren't. That's the thing, it wasn't load artwork, it was just like cute, but they just had gigantic boobs. They were fully clothed, and like it was just like a cute pose or something. It bothers me. I don't know why it bothers me, but it bothers me for some reason. Oh? Is that a pigeon?
No, it's a chicken.
You didn't sound very confident in that statement.
Like, this is not a chicken.
Oh, you tried to make it
I
different.
tried to make it different, but don't look like chicken.
It's close enough. Who do you want to be paired with, Ben? That's the real question, because we don't have enough. Nope, it's Ali. It's been chosen. This is the official stream ship. Hello Echo, how you doing? Can you make a duck? Only for a redemption, but it's someone saving points for a duck. That's what happening. Yeah. A duck can be made in the future, yes, probably. Will it just look like another chicken? Who knows? Need to hit the Good night, leader man. Cheers for hanging. Let me get a shout out, folks. If you haven't, go and hit up the field team leader. He's a wonderful fella, wonderful chill dude. Horrible Lance player, like absolutely garbage at it, but he's still very entertaining. So it's totally worth it. Nothing. Oh, melding. Oh, actually, I want to let this melding pot run for a bit, so we can have like a little bit of joy later on. Amiibo lottery, but we'll do our amiibos first. I'm gonna start the hunt again today with another Teo hunt, because I don't know, I'm a glutton for fucking punishment. I had such a good hunt yesterday where I was dominating Teo, and it was going great, and it was like, man, okay, this is gonna be the clean Teo hunt I've been looking for this whole time. And then he hits me, and I wirebug back into him for some reason, and get hit. But not only that, I then wirebug back into the same attack and die, and I'm just like, what the fuck was I? Like, there was no reason to do this. It was pure like, just brain has left body, goodbye. Brain is off duty for now. Let's see. Who is in chat? Sally's in chat, so we got Sally. For the record, I do partially just go with this off basically whatever name I see first in chat. I'm bringing Echo. We'll bring Echo. Oh, we don't have Oxy. I can't remember if I brought out Oxy much at all. I feel like it's been a while since I brought out Echo. I have a feeling. I'm trying to remember like who's gone out on streams and stuff. Forgotten again. Gotta be more prominently. Gotta fill chat with your name. That's how you do. Also, wait, where is? Also, you're currently stuck somewhere else. So you might. I don't know who's in or out of the gulag at the moment at all. Honestly, it is a blur of palicos and madness. Meowcenaries. No, okay. Argosy. Okay, 6. You're still in the gulag. You've been in the gulag quite a while, I think. I have a feeling you've been there like a decently long time. Probably take you out at some point. Maybe we'll try and aim for that later. What can you feel in the age of destroy with Lance GL and then turn around and say you weren't that good? Look, if I cart once, it's officially a garbage, terrible hunt. I don't know. For me, when I feel like I'm, doing good on Gunlance, there's a flow to it. There's a state you hit, and I think it's true for most weapons in this game. But there's like a state you hit where everything just like comes together. It really feels very similar to that feeling of when you played Guitar Hero and your brain just turned off and you were just hitting the notes and playing the song perfectly without thinking. Same thing you do in Beat Saber or any rhythm game. It really feels like that when you get into it perfectly. It's just pure reaction and muscle memory, and like your brain is barely functioning. It's just auto doing a lot of it, and it feels great. It's a wonderful place to be. But if I'm not getting that, I feel really, even though flow states are hard to get into, and yeah, flow state, yeah, like that is it's a known phenomenon. I don't know what the science or anything behind it is, but that is like a known thing that does happen to people. No, okay. I was like, Bouquet, do I want the hood? No, we got the Nargacuga chest on. Get Rajang under 18 minutes? I mean, under 20 minutes. I consider anything under 20 minutes to be a good hunt. Like that's a solid good hunt. I'm trying to aim for like consistently sub 15 and maybe some sub 10s at the moment, but whew, it's still taking time. Okay. It happens with running too. Really? Oh, huh. I've never experienced it with running. I've experienced it with exercise, but not specifically running. I've experienced it with exercise before where I just kind of hit a point where I'm just on auto, and it's just like I wouldn't even want to stop myself if I did want to stop.
That was fast.
Double carted manga wrestlers. Oh, I feel like I double cart most hunts. That's the thing. Runner's high. Oh. See, I've never experienced that because I'm not much of a one for running. When I go out for a bit of exercise, a bit of whatever, I usually just go for walking.
Say goodbye.
Yep, I had a feeling. He had the one on the center there. I've seen a post, so I've said this before, but I'm on the Gunlancing subreddit just to see what other people say about Gunlance and, you know, ideas and stuff. Maybe I'll learn some things. I actually did learn something very cool about Gunlance. I'll actually show that off. This is legitimately a cool trick. Much like spinning. But those of you who play any amount of Gunlance will know that you can shell 1, 2, and then on the third one it'll do Wyvern Stake pretty much every time, right? Turns out you can cancel that Wyvern Stake. Or you not cancel it, but you can just shell. If I can get a moment here for Teo to just calm the fuck down, which is honestly asking a lot. It's asking a hell of a lot from Teo. Okay, I'll demonstrate it in a minute. Ooh, because Teo is really not the dude to like say, oh hey, let me show you a cool trick, guys. This is going to be easy on this monster. Teo is not the dude for that. Okay.
You shouldn't have ticked me off.
Oh no, hello. This is unfortunate. Usually happens to be around 2-3 mile run. Because it's just usually all awful. Oh, that sucks. I don't know I've ever encountered it. For me when I'm exercising, actually, you know, when I think about it, it's not so much a flow state for me when it's exercising. It's more a stubborn state where I'm like, no, I'm going to continue exercising no matter what. Okay, let me demonstrate. So, normally, shelling, you go 1, 2, and then it goes immediately into worm stake, right? So you only use 2 shells and then worm stake, and that can actually be kind of a problem. Sometimes you just want to shell, like you're trying to do something specific. What I learned was you go 1, 2, and then you hold ever so slightly, just a fraction of a second more than you normally would, and you can shell infinitely. I never knew that. I never knew that trick. I only learned that the other day from the Gunlance subreddit. I'm actually really legitimately grateful, because sometimes I don't actually want to. You can do like all 7 shells into something. It's like it's a neat trick. I really like it.
Time for some sharpening.
It's amazing how there's still so much shit to learn. How does this game keep doing this? It's like, oh, you know, I've played this, I don't know, 1,000 hunts with this weapon, you know, around. I mean, partly it's because there's no manual for a weapon, I guess. I suppose it'd be the equivalent of if you were playing Tekken and there was no move list for your character. Although I think even in that case, there is things that you'll find out in Tekken that aren't really on the move lists or don't flow quite the way the move lists say and can be abused differently. So it probably is true for something like Tekken or any fighting game at all, really. Okay, Teo. This is not the opening to a fight. That was not the good opening to a fight I really go for. normally. That's a shame.
You're my best pal.
I think it's Teo's front paw swipes is really the, like, issue when you're fighting him with Gunlance, because they're real fast. Basically, all of his attacks are real fast. That's it, like the whole thing. Meow, 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 kaboom. Good talk, Sally, good talk. I don't know, does that show up in your guys' screen, actually? Now that I'm looking at it. Palico talk. Gotcha. Oh, that's unfortunate. The reason I did that Wyvern's Fire there wasn't actually to do damage to him. I was expecting to get actually hit immediately after the Worm Stake, so I Wyvern's Fired to shield, effectively.
Say goodbye.
I hate Alright. Perfect. No! Are you kidding me? Oh, that should have... I should have been out of that. I feel like I should have been out of that. I wasn't out of it, though.
I'm bringing it. Damn it.
That was pure... I was purely me being like... I was mad. I was mad. I was tilted. That was tilt. That was pure old-fashioned tilt right there.
Sharpening.
Oh. I'm just gonna do tail all day. That's it. That's all this hyperbolic time chamber of training is. It's just Teo fights. It's just non-stop Teo from now until the end of time. Bring in the heat. Yes, the inevitable heat death of the universe. By dying. That's how this works, right? Oh, and now you're gone. Oh, motherfucker.
You won't know what hits you.
God. I'm tempted to do... So Dave, way back when, Dave had a like a neat little incentive or something, I guess, for his streams, where basically... The rule was, if he carts 5 times, every 5 carts, he has to gift a sub to chat. And I'm like, that's a neat way to, like, to both make it a little fun for chat and incentivize yourself to stop fucking carting because money. Unfortunately, I'm not that confident in money, so I don't want to do that. Ooh. Ooh, hello. Angel Toast fucking sucks, Oxy. Wait, no. Angel Toasts. This is the hunt where we make Angel Toast by dying. You could raise the cart number? I could do 10 carts though. That might be a bit more reasonable. That might be something I'd be like, I'm comfortable. Yeah, actually maybe that could be an idea. I'm not about it, because that's basically 5 hunts with 2 carts per hunt, which is like 2-3 hours worth of hunts. So effectively you're only looking at like a 5 quid every 3 hours, which is actually pretty fine. I told you Angel deals were the new meta. Oh shit, that cross game fucking meta. Oh god. And hello Rhombus, how you doing, dude?
This is the end. I knew I could count.
I'm just afraid. I've just got fear in me now. Non-stop fear of Teo. This is a bad Wyvern Stake. Are you kidding me? I had Wyvern's fired for the shield there, but it didn't count because he came from behind. Which is, yeah, honestly, that's fair. I'm acting like it's a mistake, but no, it's perfectly fair for the game to punish me for that one. Oh, fuck this. This attack is spooky as shit. If you get caught in that, you're dead. Easy. Come on, baby. There it is.
This is the end!
I wonder if in a 4v1 if the players control the monster, if the players will ever be able to win. I think so. I 100% think so. Because the monsters do have long-ass build-up animations a lot of the time, so... Like, you can feel it when you're doing the wyvern riding, I find. If I'm wyvern riding, I often find I have trouble getting an attack in, because I'll commit to a certain attack, and let's say the other monster that's coming back at me will just keep spamming out a really quick attack, and it'll keep knocking me out of my attack. Now, admittedly, players can't knock you out of your attacks, but I think it'd be a great, honestly, I think that would be a great, like, multiplayer mode to try. What if it can be modded into PC? Like, one player is stuck permanently wyvern riding the monster, and the other three have to kill the monster. And like all like protections from a wyvern riding monster are turned off, so you that's totally a mod. Oh, I don't mean. Oh yeah, no, I don't mean wyvern riding. Like but like I'm thinking, how could we actually do this if we were modding the game? Like, you couldn't mod in straight up all, you know, control the whole monster's moveset into the game. I mean, maybe you could, but it'd be probably way too much work for someone to make. So if you could just build it on top of the wyvern riding system, that could be pretty interesting. You guys just made Evolve. Evolve, man, Evolve. I remember playing a bit of Evolve and being like, wow, what a cool concept. Shame no one to play it with. And no one seems to want to play it. And no, I guess it didn't have that. Evolve didn't have that uniqueness. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's not uniqueness exactly. You didn't have that. You know the way you play a game and you're like, what a cool concept, but it doesn't hit. It just doesn't like hit right, and you're like, man, I want to love this, but something doesn't feel right. And that's what Evolve had. Evolve had that thing where it was like, man, this is cool, but it just doesn't hit right. Another great game for that example, Atlas Reactor. Atlas Reactor was a game concept I adored, and I really enjoyed actually playing it, but something about it just couldn't hold me or other people.
I knew I could count on you.
As evidenced by the game, you know, shutting down. This is honestly, I'm just getting my shit pushed in constantly here. This is a really bad hunt. This is garbage. Oh, please.
This is the end!
Show mercy, my friend. Or if not mercy, I don't know. Boobs. Show boob. Is that a fair statement? I know Teo doesn't have those. This is a terrible place to be hitting Teo, for the record. I absolutely would have rather... I should have gone for his head there, but I don't know. I just felt like going for the tail, even though I haven't been working the tail at all this hunt.
This should fix it!
It was a great idea in a world just too bland without enough content. Yeah, I think that's a... I can't say for the content, because I just didn't get far enough. I just didn't get far enough into it to even see if it ran out of content. But the blandness, that absolutely hits it. Atlas Reactor as well. There's just something kind of bland about its designs and stuff. Like, some of them hit, but a lot of the characters just felt like hey, this is the stand-in for, you know, this character from this other MOBA and stuff like that. In brief, okay, hang on, evolve. In brief, we built a team to make a robot house. When I came on board, the artist outnumbered the programmers, and I think this was true for a long time. I toured the office the first time I saw the team. All the artists were watching David Attenborough documentaries and reading books in biology and anatomy and evolution.
You shouldn't have ticked me off!
We believe you're making an alien world we're intended to explore. And it's going to be awesome. I can't even express the number of amazing creatures we barely
Let's go for a
threw
ride!
out because they're all distractions. Man. Oh. I hate... You know what I absolutely fucking despise? That kind of waste.
Bye.
That kind of, hey, we did this project, we did this game, we made all these... Not even game. We did something. And we made something. But we didn't use it in the end. So now it's going to sit in a data bank or a folder for the end of time because this company just, you know, wants to hold on to it. Oh, maybe in case we'll use it later. But it'll often just die there and never see the light of day. I really dislike that. It feels like such a waste of the effort and time put in. And like, you know, cool shit could have been done. You know it's actually okay. I don't wanna suck Epic Games dick too much, but
Have a taste of this!
they, you know, they had a Paragon. They had a failed game, and they just went, okay, here's literally everything. Admittedly, they do have ulterior motives with that, you know, with Unreal Engine and all that jazz. But like, I still think that's a cool thing to do. Damn it, motherfucker. How am I reloading? Right trigger and A is the main reload I'm using most of the time. That just reloads your shells. That was... Whoa, that was a hunt. Most stuff that is made when making a game or anything new is a waste? I don't know. I mean, I've seen plenty of bits of unused material and concept art and stuff that I've been like, that's amazing. Why wasn't that used? Like, I feel like there's just stuff that's used maybe because it doesn't fit. Doesn't mean it's not cool as shit and could work with something else or could just work as like some extra modded in, extra asset in the game. Like, I like maybe there is garbage, but one person's trash can be another person's treasure as well. If the shit was just, you know, basically put out free. Then again, maybe it'll never see the light of day. There's plenty of free stuff out there that never really gets used and made for anything and just dies in the wastelands of the internet. So maybe I'm just being too hopeful.
These are the available quests.
Oh, non-stop Teo, man.
Protect you.
Non-stop Teo. All day, forever, every day. Hunting Teo. 24 hours stream. Teo hunting. God damn it. Gotta make that origami and lurk? Hey, no worries, Ben. Everyone was awesome. It sounded awesome. Everyone loved it. We prototyped it and worked, sort of. A friend of mine said very early that I think he was right. The reason it works is because we're all role-playing Evolve. In other words, we all know how we wish the game would work, and so that's how we played it. When someone was feeling tired of this and started playing to win, it all sort of fell apart and never really recovered. I think that might be a failure of the design, though, of like specifically how that game was designed. Because
Duty calls.
there are games that have been made that do work. Okay, maybe Dead by Daylight is not a... I was like, Dead by Daylight, I was like, no, isn't there kind of like a whole thing in Dead by Daylight where people are like, the killer totally wins all the time?
This'll be easy.
Not shit in your 3D model, but once you get better, you'll throw it away. Oh god, yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not talking about things I've made for I'm not talking about things I've just made for my own practice. I'm talking about things made, professional commodities made, really high quality things that were made that are just never used. And sorry, Epic Games game Paragon that they basically released all of the assets for it for free. Admittedly, they do have some slight ulterior motivations, but it's still a neat thing. Like, just, hey, all these assets are out there free. Someone can use them, throw together something. Admittedly, we do get asset flips from that, but you can also make pretty cool prototype games. I mean, BPM, as much as I am kind of miffed that BPM is using a lot of asset flip stuff, the concept is still really cool. And maybe they could not have made that concept come to life if it wasn't for the fact that... Ooh. Maybe they could not have made that concept come to life if it wasn't for the fact that they were able to use pre-made assets to do a lot of the artwork for the game. Ooh, you know, this is really not going off. I'm gonna try and, like... I'm gonna, you know... Alright, no offense, chat. No offense. Fuck off. I'm gonna try really hard for a minute. I'm gonna really try really hard for the next 10 minutes. I am going to die in the next 10 minutes, more like. Oh, God. Oh. Okay. Because I really want to get this. I really want to... I'm tired of losing to Teo, man. Not losing, but, like... dying a whole bunch to him. Maybe I just play safe. Maybe that's the trick. Got you, motherfucker. Alright, that's fair. I got a good hit on him, so I'm okay to take that hit. A Wyvern Stake and a Wyvern's Fire, that's a worthwhile trade to me. See, once you full burst, if he decides to do that pause fight, you don't have the time to recover and rebuttal. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, hello. Thank you very much, Rakta Kadachi. I will make full use of you, please and thank you.
This is gonna be good.
Alright. I will get this fucking fire breath off. Come on, man. Come on. No! Fuck me. Like, I'm just trying to do this one singular attack there, and it just keeps failing. Alright, once more. Do I have another enemy? I don't think so. Let's go for the hit. And try and go for Teo's wing and head. I don't really care about the tail. If I was looking for bits, I'd be going for the tail here, but Teo's tail is not one of those big danger spots. It's not like a Rathian tail where taking it out is a big hit against his overall power output. I think it's my sheathing. I think it's my sheathing that's the problem. I think that's where I make all my mistakes. I get scared, put away my lance at the wrong time, and take a stupid hit. Alright, that was a good first round. The trick was, as it turns out, just completely fucking ignoring chat. At which point, why the fuck am I streaming? Let me actually. I'm just gonna pause for. a second. I'm just gonna catch up. Until you make it. Trailer design. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I think I might have been misunderstanding a bit of what you're getting. But yeah, like for Evolve, it was like I definitely think I would definitely say that some kind of 4v1 could definitely work as long as the game is designed well enough. I think in Monster Hunter. In Monster Hunter, honestly, I think
Weapons getting
if the hunters used everything they had, I don't think they could win. I actually don't think sorry, if the hunters used everything they had, I don't think the monster could win. I think if they really made use of their tools, they would destroy it. Traps, flash bombs, poison, everything between. Maybe someone running a support set as well.
Here comes the pain!
Shouldn't have done that. That's alright.
I knew I could count on. Say goodbye!
Okay. Monsters winning. Oh, in average matchmaking. Oh god, yeah, no. Against a puppy group? Yeah, probably. Probably the monster would win every time. But public groups are not the standard Twitch I hold monster hunting. Public groups are a different breed. Just like Dead by Daylight. Exactly like Dead by Daylight. I think in most games, it is fair to say any well-coordinated team versus any number of anything else, the well-coordinated team will probably win. Okay, there's totally an exception to that rule.
You're my best pal.
I mean, that's kind of a... Now that I'm thinking about it, that's just a generally true statement. If you were in any kind of team-based game, a well-coordinated team will pretty much always win versus the not well-coordinated team. That was a shame. I was committed to the blast dash, and I should have changed direction or done something else. Gotcha, you motherfucker.
Now I'm getting angry!
I think breaking Teo's horn fucks with his fire powers, but I'm actually not sure. Single person is always well coordinated. You clearly haven't met me, Naz. I am in coordination incarnate. It's basically the brand, really.
Here comes the pain!
But yeah, that reload, Oxy, if that's the reload you were talking about, that quick reload there, that's right trigger and A. That actually is a switch skill now, and it has two forms. Each form does something slightly different. This form, it's a quick reload where you can go into your full burst combo and it refills all your shells. The other version refills all 3 of your shells, but it also refills your worm stake, which is huge if you're playing, say, wide Gunlance, because it refills all of your wide shells and then just gives you a free worm stake, which means you can worm stake spam. Many people in DD who believe that any 4v1 with vastly different characters is inherently imbalanced. I remain skeptical. I would remain skeptical. Like, there's that video. No, I meant to say that video you posted on animation was a great one, and it has what I think we should just learn in life as a good universal rule. In the end of the video, and I was thinking about it throughout the video as he was saying it. I was like, okay, the difference between 24 FPS and 60 FPS. It depends on what you want to do. Like so many things in life, it depends on what you want to do. If you use the right tools the right way, things can work. If you use the right tools the wrong way, you'll probably be worse off than someone using the wrong tools the right way. Oh shit, I'm dead. Oh, I'm not dead. I should have died there. No. Danger zone. Danger zone! Motherfucker. I freaked out. I freaked out and I fucked it. That was such a clean hunt. He's even sculling. We had it. We fucking had it, man. We fucking had it, and I absolutely shat my pants. Oh, God. Okay, it's not the end of the world. Whatever. Everybody carts him. I should say, I'm only holding myself to this expectation of not carting. I will never hold anyone else to this expectation. This is for my own personal improvement and betterment, not anybody else. If you cart, fuck it, whatever, man. Shit happens, yo. Talk to chat and died. It's clearly it's my problem. I would more readily believe that fact if it wasn't for the fact that when I've been playing solo offline, I've still died. Admittedly, when I'm playing offline, I actually don't try anywhere near as hard as I do when I'm on stream. But that's kind of because when I'm on stream, I need to try harder to be better because I'm partly running the shit-talking subroutine, which of course takes away a huge amount of my ability to play game good. Was equal tryhard? Oh yeah, 100%. No, I'm a tryhard through and through. I will wear that mantle with pride. People, you know, anyone who's ever said that to me in League, they're like, "Oh, what have you been such a tryhard?" Like, I like winning. Okay, I don't think that's a crime or a sin. I just like to win video games. It turns out in this video game where the objective is to win, I enjoy achieving the objective of winning. Does he talk to imaginary chat offline? No, I'm like, watch. Actually, no, I'm talking to a real chat on someone else's Twitch chat. Or I'm watching another Twitch chat, or I'm watching some kind of video, or I'm listening to music, or I'm talking to Carolina, or I'm never doing. I can't do one thing, man. There's no such thing as a one thing toasty. Boys gotta do 805 things any given time. We were so close, and it was such a good hunt as well. Like even with the cart, we were just above 10 minutes. Ah, I'm so mad. I'm so mad. It was so clean. It's incredible how good and productive I am when I'm doing. I know, right? It'd be great if I could utilize that skill all the time, but I can't. Try hard sellout confirmed. Oh, 100%. I'm still not happy with it. This is part of my problem. This is literally part of why I have to see a therapist, because this is how I treat so much of what I do. It's like, wow, I got you know, an 11-minute hunt. What a piece of garbage. You still carted it. And it's like, come on, man. You know, fucking, yeah, come on. You're doing well. Don't be so stupidly hard on yourself. Haven't tried to win anything since Halo Reach matchmaking. I used to never try to win anything, and then I played a whole bunch of League of Legends. League kind of fucked my sense of priority when it came to video games, I think. Teostra Slaying Awards, additional target awards. Okay, Dave was talking about this in the stream. See the way at the top there it has the item and Teostra Slaying Rewards, and then it's got additional target rewards. I'm fairly certain that these additional target rewards are referring to the fact that Teostra was the quest target, so these are your additional quest target rewards. Even though there's another set here that says quest rewards, but none of these contain specifically Teostra pieces. And I'm pretty sure if I look in the log, I'm pretty sure I'll confirm this. So we got powder, carapace, and webbing, right? We'll look in the Hunter's Notes after this. How you doing, Nibirius? I seen you were streaming the other day. I didn't get to catch it, but I hope it went well, man. Nice to see you back on a little bit. Kingdom Hearts. Wait, that was you streaming, huh? I'm pretty sure you were streaming, right? We don't mention the unmentionable League. Oh, look at that! I've unlocked a new title, and I've unlocked the Heliotrope bracelet. The fuck's a Heliotrope bracelet? What the fuck's a Heliotrope bracelet? Which memory serves me? Yeah, I regret a lot of video things. I regret a lot of things I've done in my life related to League of Legends. Bad idea all around. Okay, it's nothing to do with this. New scenarios have returned. It's just an achievement. Oh, okay, hang on. Right. I was like, oh, okay, right. Okay, I thought it was gonna be a thing that was just gonna like be in my inventory all of a sudden. I was like, oh, get out of here. Awarded for completing 50 quests in lava caverns, glitters a red-blue melange. And you know me through League. I've made good friends through League, and I don't regret that. I regret everything else. I regret everything else through League. I legitimately don't regret the friends I've made through League. I've met a lot of cool people through League. And I do like that. But everything else... I think it's not... Okay, I shouldn't say it's not League of Legends itself I regret. It's the mentality I took into it. That's... Call me Jungle Jack, even though to this day I've never been good at jungle. I have no recollection of that at all, Jack. I have no recollection of literally like the time you were around Manuth. I have like just literally none of that. It's all gone. But that's true for a lot of things in my life at the moment. So going down to do some KH. Hit the button, got started. What controller? I've been really thinking about getting a... I have a Switch Pro controller. I've been really thinking about getting an Xbox Series. When I was in ANUIM and After, I honestly... I'm not even sure if you wear an ANUIM. That's not a clear fact in my head. My brain does not just remember anything clearly at all from basically the last decade. It's all kind of blurry. It sucks. It sucks ass. I really dislike not being able to remember all of that stuff, but it's not the end of the world.
Time to go.
I'll figure it. I'll get it back eventually.
How can I help you?
Got Razor Wolverine Tournament Edition because I'm an extra big fan of Razor. Wanted the 4 extra buttons. Okay, I'm not a big fan of Razor, so
Which quest
I can't necessarily condone this. But I mean, if you liked it, you like it. It's grand.
Until next
Not the
time.
end of the world. If it works for you. Here's a TLDR, it was good times. I mean, honestly, for me, it was pretty up and down times, personally. Up and down portion of my life. Critical Jewel? Sure, why not? Could have a wee... Oh, I still need Lazarite Jewels. Oh, man. Okay, that's what I'm missing at the moment. And more Almadron plates. I would like to get another Critical Jewel. Xbox Elite V2 is pretty damn solid. Get to swap. Great controller, but also very expensive. I've heard there's a really... Very Dave talked about this before as well, and had troubles with his Elite controller. But there's a really bad... something around the Elite controllers. The like quality control on them is really, really bad. And they're very often just don't fucking work or break very quickly, which is a real shame because they are really nice controllers and they are very expensive controllers too. Like, they should not be suffering those kind of quality control issues, but apparently it's very common for them. Which sucks because apparently it is a great controller, and I'm a huge fan. Like the 360 controller, this is my shit. This is my favorite controller. This is my favorite thing. I will defend this controller to the death. Nothing has... This one's pretty damn good as well, but with the issue of joystick drift, it loses to this one. Straight up, it loses. If it wasn't for the joystick drift, this one would win. Also, not having analog triggers is a little... You know, I like my long travel time on these. I can't wait to try out the new Xbox controllers and the PS5 controllers. I really want to see what they're like. I have really high hopes for the PS5 controller, but I won't be getting a PS5 for a long time. A long, long time. Basically, maybe when PSVR 2 comes out. Other PS4? I don't like PS3 or PS4 controllers. I cannot. I'm just not a fan. I think I'm just not a fan of this joystick placement. I really like the offset joystick placement. It's really nice for me. I find it very hard to go off of it, even though I actually grew up with PlayStation controllers. I didn't grow up with Xbox controllers. I grew up with PlayStation controllers, but I could just never get behind the two sticks. Here's my place to emulate the Xbox controller. Nail on the head. If it guaranteed good QC, I'd have dropped fat secondly too. I honestly, I would too if I could have faith in them. I would go out and buy one as well. Maybe I'll wait for this one to break. PS4 controller is gross. I like the white. I actually really like the visual design of the PS4 controller. I think it looks great. I grew up with Nintendo controllers. I did grow up with Nintendo controllers too. So I grew up with NES, PlayStation 1, 2. It was, yeah, NES, PlayStation 1 and 2, Xbox, and Xbox 360. I actually did, that's actually interesting. I did 2 consoles of everything as I grew up. Xbox 360, then after, no, sorry, GameCube. Forgot about the GameCube. And the Wii. Jeez, I forgot. How did I forget about the GameCube and the Wii? They're both excellent. Man. Joy-Cons have the benefit of being both the least comfortable, most outbreak. Joy-Cons. Joy-Cons. That's all I'm giving Joy-Cons, man. Just no. They are portable. That's it. That's what Joy-Cons are. They are portable. When you hear things from people who actually used it, yeah, I've heard a lot of people really loving it. And hey, Asaruna. And Pew, how you doing, dude? Joy-Cons are fine if you understand it for 10-year-olds, but I'm not a 10-year-old. I'm a man. Ugh. Actually, to be fair, my nephew can hold the Joy-Cons. And also, yeah, the drift. The drift is still an issue. God, how did they fuck it up so bad? Let me go refill my water. I'm back in just a second. That's why I have a Pro Controller. True. It is a very expensive controller. And with the fact that it has stick drift issues, like... Yo, I'm gonna be honest. Hello, honest. I'm Toasty. I used to mostly play Xbox because I had a lot more games on there. But honestly, is this a great revelation? Is this gonna be a huge upset? It's about time I started practicing Apex Mizutsune as well. Honestly, mouse and keyboard kind of good. Brings us back to the bit we were saying earlier. Every tool has its place. Every tool has its place. Keyboard and mouse, shooters, yes. Monster Hunter, controller. For me, fighting games, controller for me, although plenty of people use fight sticks and prefer fight sticks. Keyboard, and I've tried keyboard and mouse with fighting games, and no. I am a tool, and I'm a tool that loves getting used as well. That's true. Like everything has its place, except being a dickhead. Just don't. Be I don't know, be appropriately forceful, but don't be a dickhead. There's a difference between being, like putting your foot down and stuff, and people being like, "Oh wow, you're an asshole for putting your foot down." It was like, no. Being a dickhead is saying, "Hey, I'm trying to think of like a good. I'm trying to think of a good. What's like a good analogy for the difference between being assertive or hard or forceful and being a dickhead?
Beats walking.
I can't think of a good one. I can't think of a good one. Just ignore what I'm saying. There are many tools that are bad at a job though. Imagine trying to type on a keyboard that doesn't have the letter E. There are keyboards without the letter E? When you think about it, shooters are just fighting games with guns. No? I don't think that's true at all. Fighting games often have complex movesets and strict rules of engagement, whereas and you can't change your character mid-fight a lot of the time. Although in tag team games, I guess you can. Whereas shooters are often about improvising, aiming and stuff like that. I feel like they're very different. Oh, that tool doesn't exist because it's bad. True. Well, this assumes a tool. I am assuming that the tool was made for a purpose and is useful in that purpose. Like, a tool that is made to not be useful obviously can't be useful. Okay. Hell, maybe there is a place for a keyboard without an E. Maybe there's a job where, goddammit, you just don't need that E key. And honestly, you're saving space and time and thought power not having to look at that E symbol. There are also tools that make for a specific purpose that are bad at it, such as... Ooh. Type out the manuscript for that book that was written without using the letter E. True. A very good use for that one specific keyboard. Can opener? I mean, again, a tool can be a bad tool, and there could be better tools. There could be a better way to design that tool. But also, is it still better than using your hands? Like, C++, 14, 17, and 20 are terrible. I can't comment. I can't comment on them at all. Hey, Blood, how you doing, dude? Hi. Your face is now in a very nice position for me. So I've not fought Apex Mizu. I think this is the second time I fought Apex Mizu, bar Rampages, but I don't really count those. I have no clue how to fight her. It's becoming very quickly apparent to me. I actually have no clue. Because it's like, it's Mizu's moveset, but it's like 1,000 times more dangerous than Mizu's moveset. There we go. Okay. We just abused the good old-fashioned Mizu technique of having zero stabilization and ability to stay on its legs. Ooh. Ooh. Most games are made using this language, but no one productively tells you what's even. No one using that language productively will tell you that C++ is a good language. One of the few languages gives you access to low-level stuff. You don't actually think C++ is good at that level. But what else would you use? How would you, if you had to do low-level stuff in a programming language, in a structured programming language, how else would you do it, I guess? And ensure that it has, you know, like, the question is there a better solution? Shield and Bloodborne is a tool bad at. That was a tool that was made to be bad at its job, though. But if you want to block, I mean, it might be bad at its job, but if you don't have another option... Ooh. Even worse, assembly, not really feasible, and these days Rust. Making because people are sick of it. Okay, so people are working on a better tool. But if you wanted to do something low level, I suppose your options are limited, and you literally have. Huh.
Be careful!
I'm trying to reconcile what I'm saying with what you're saying, because I think I know what you're saying, and I think it's just different to what I mean. I suppose a bad tool is better than no tool. No, I don't think that's even what I'm trying to say either. Okay, I'm gonna let him rejoin here. Give me a second. That you wouldn't be playing this game right now. Yeah, I think that's a better way to think of it. If there was no tool, we couldn't do the thing. And if there's a bad tool, it's still the only tool, but we would rather... It's still a good idea to maybe look into making a better tool. But again, if you don't have a tool to make it, you gotta use that one.
Here comes the pain!
I suppose the argument of every tool has its place assumes that there are multiple tools that can be used for a single thing, and some tools will be better at some things and other tools will be better at others. Whereas if you're in a position of something like C++ where you literally don't have an option, then I guess that saying doesn't so much apply because you don't have a choice. Maybe there will come a time when there is an alternative to something like C++, and you will... And people will find out, oh hey, maybe C++ is just so happens to be better than this tool at one other specific thing, and it's good for that if you can use it. But ultimately, you'd be better off in 99% of cases using the other one.
Damn it!
How high was my health there? Oh, it was at like 2/3. Okay. That's fair, I guess. Sorry, I thought I was at full health. I just had to look back at my Steam... Steam? I just had to look back at my stream replay to double check that. C++ is still my favorite coding language. It's just garbage. Fair. I'm trying to think. There's a good thing. Skeleton Man. I was watching one of his Rainbow Six Siege podcasts, and there was a good point he brought up where there are things that can be bad, objectively bad, such as The Room. Like, in terms of being a film to portray that story, it was objectively not good at doing that. It is bad, but it's amazing. Like, you can still love it. You can still love that film because it is bad, or love it in spite of its bad parts. I'm trying to think of a good example of, like, something I love that I know is bad, but I still fucking love it.
Here comes the pain!
I don't know, everything I love is good and great and perfect without beyond reproach. So, I don't know if I can answer this properly. But, you know, there are things like that are bad, but you still love them. Those doors that look like I'm supposed to push when they're good at their job of embarrassing me. True. I guess potentially as a tool that is to be used to weed out the weak and easily confused. Excellent. Great at their job. I'm so afraid of this Apex Mizu. He has water blighted me, so literally everything is awful. I am so dead. Oh, speaking of Isaac, that's a fair point. Isaac is legitimately bad in some places in being an entertaining product. I love the shit out of it. No, there's actually a better game. There's a better game that's as an example for this. There's totally a better game. Once you get a bad new health run, I think you unlock the new stuff. Hey, hopefully. There's a hell of a lot of new stuff to unlock. No! I wasn't expecting him to come at me there. I was not expecting him to come at me. Hell's balls.
That sucked.
I don't remember anymore. It's just a blur of bullets and hush.
Time for some
And
sharpening.
let me look at my video game library for 1 second. No, there's nothing. There's nothing there. There's nothing that's jumping out to me as like, bad game, I love it. Sci-Fly is basically in to win. Might not have unlocked it yet. I think Sci-Fly is new to Repentance. I actually don't know. I actually don't know how you unlock Sci-Fly even. I don't even know if I've actually unlocked Sci-Fly at all yet.
You won't know what
I've had it in runs, but I do my dailies, so it could be just I picked it up in one of them. I recently found the item. I just unlocked the item Brittle Bones, which is like a tier modifier or something like that. And I thought I had that for ages, but I think I was just using it in dailies and just forgot that I didn't actually have it. Ooh. Your near brand new save had it. Okay. I shouldn't have used this Wyvern Fire. It's a bad choice. Ah, you know what? That works. Never mind. I'm a genius.
You're my best pal.
Isn't that how Sci-Fi helps you on his last phase? The one where he shoots those lasers? I mean, if you can just keep running away from him, Sci-Fi will take care of all the bits and pieces that are coming around.
I knew I could count on
And you can just focus on running away from lasers. I usually ignore everything that's not the lasers in that phase pretty much anyway. Assuming I have a decent amount of health. The lasers, there's some tricks to the lasers as well. If you can use it, if your character hitbox isn't too big, you can often just stand still with that laser. You can actually just stand still and it'll just rotate around you and never hit you. It doesn't work 100% of the time though, so I don't actually recommend it. Apex Mizu hits hard, man. Apex Mizu hits really fucking hard. We're changing something. I'm changing attack. I'm changing up how I approach these goddamn fights because I'm making two huge mistakes. You also like the planetarium build? The planetarium seems to be like stupidly powerful. Everyone keeps talking about it, and I'm sure maybe there's like something else to it. But every item it gives seems to just be amazing. But you like it's basically a RNG whether you get it throughout a run. Or the usual. Okay, I think I want to change my usual. So I always go. Yeah, trainer. I always take trainer. Right, let's change that. Let's take our daily, whatever our daily is. Let's take our bombardier. And then let's take a moment to have a look. Potency of status attacks. Retain sharpness when deflected. Stun monsters. Attack boost. Once you use the show off duster. No. Speeds of weapon sharpening. Don't care. Invigorating. So fighters an option. Fighters an option. Stamina. Consumption after eating. Weakener is an option, although I don't want to make use of it. I'd rather fight them at full strength. Health recovery, decreases damage taken. You know what it is? Actually, I know exactly what it is. It's Moxie. It's Moxie. Let's also make sure we use a Dango ticket. Edges are set. Other summoner. I'm actually going to overwrite. Yeah, I'm going to overwrite Dango set 1. I think this is going to be the new hotness. Freaking PlayStation 3. This thing is such a stupid time and money investment. Has it been... what's wrong with it, Loot? Belfry, gonna do one of them their streams of my own. Have a good one, Beers. Enjoy your stream, dude. Hope, maybe see you later. Maybe. Just buy 2 different PS3s that do what you want. Just strap them together. NASA style. Buy a whole array of them and just strap them all together. And how you doing, DJ? I hope the day finds you well, dude. And yeah, I am lower energy today, but I'm not bad energy. Just chill. That's what we're doing. We're just gonna call it a chill stream today. Perfect. Playing Control. Ooh, how you finding Control? I've been really tempted to play that game. I'm tempted to go back and play that at some point. Because I really like that idea of basically it's a game about it's a game that is just SCP containment breach, basically. And I adore I got it. Something that's bad, but I love it. SCP containment breach. It is objectively full of garbage because it is effectively a group writing project. Some things are going to be bad in it. Some things are going to be good. A lot of it's going to be schlock. A lot of it's going to... Some things are legitimately... There are legitimately great things in SCP. But I love all of it. I love the idea. I love the premise. I love the creative writing, group creative writing project that it is. It's great. It's got just garbage in it, but it's also got gold in it. Maybe it's not a... maybe it's not a good example. Which you can't activate in my account because it's an American copy. Then the controller is not working properly, so I gotta ask for a refund yet again. Then you have to get a converter because you can't deactivate HD copyright. Ah, which means you can't stream straight through the capture card. Fuck digital. Fuck. Just fucking stupid. I am garbage, but I do both love myself and have people who love me, so, you know, not doing too bad for myself. Hey, Ghosty, how you doing? You know what's garbage? Normal GL. You know what's garbage? Being a ghost. Can't even touch things. Cannot even touch yourself. Garbage. Utter garbage. How you doing, Ghosty? You're gonna drive yourself crazy? Okay, look, this whole stream is pretty much me confusing myself. I'm pretty sure most of you have figured this out already, but my whole streams are basically just me thinking about something, talking about it, doubting myself about it, thinking about it more, then being like, ah shit, you know, I'm not coming up with a good example for this. And just ad infinite that whole process, that's basically my whole mind all the time and what I say on streams, pretty much. I hurt myself in my confusion. That is honestly the best way to put it. I am your level 30 Loudred who got confused, hurt itself in its confusion, got confused again, used that move where it like makes a loud noise but then confuses itself as a result of that attack. And it's a strong attack, but it also can miss, so he missed it, then confused himself, and then hurt himself in his confusion again. There you go. You want people drowning to start with no alcohol? Yeah, I just don't. I don't recommend. Generally speaking, if you're gonna spend the money on alcohol, probably better to at least give a doctor or a therapist a try. Also, don't recommend drowning your sorrows in video game. Can confirm it does not work. Have tried. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. It doesn't work. Ooh. I shouldn't say I don't drink, but I just don't drink a lot. I definitely don't drink to cope, for sure. I drink to celebrate. I drown my sorrows in pointless discussions on the internet. That's a dangerous one. That's practically a form of, much like League of Legends as well, it's practically a form of self-flagellation. You're just punishing yourself.
Have a taste of that.
Ooh. Grandma's is important. Also a terrible choice. Basically, I think the takeaway from this is drowning your sorrows generally just not a good idea. Really. I think maybe we're supposed to healthily deal with them in responsible and healthy ways. Crazy. I say not doing that. Easier said than done. Very much an easier said than done thing. But we should try. Or go to Amazon, buy shit. Man, I've had a craving to buy shit for, I don't know. I know Carolina definitely gets it. And I get it on occasion. But like, the craving to buy something is a thing. Like is that a thing? Actually, that's the question, I guess. Is that a thing other people experience? Also, welcome on in, Chaos Destroyer. Look at that emote. That's a cute emote. Mini Morgan. That's a cute as shit emote. Something about like nice high emotes I really like. I'm drinking alcohol for taste and not because it gets you drunk. Wow, what a shitter. Imagine. Hey, Artemis. Ethereal intercourse is pretty lit. Can't say I know. I'm just a sentient piece of toast, man. Ran and ate broccoli today. What else do you want me to do? Look, I ran, I ate broccoli, I stood out in the great sun orb. Please produce the happy chemical. Bring something out.
This is the end.
Ooh. I like being drunk, but only on happy occasions. Same. I drank enough when I was sad to know that drinking when I'm sad doesn't fucking help. Straight up. Not a good idea. 0 out of 10. Don't recommend. If you do want to drink when you're sad, drink with someone else while you're sad. Honestly, that actually helps, but that's because it provided you have a decent human with you. That actually, you know, they can cheer you up and shit. Oh my god. Apex Mizu has finally calmed down for 0.75 of a second. What knocked you over? What even knocked him over?
Say goodbye. You after it.
Perfect. Just like the most beautiful incarnation of the most beautiful example of Mizu's ability to fall over. I have a question. How do I upgrade my weapon to Hidden Eyes 2? What weapon? What's Hidden Eyes 2? Is this Monster Hunter? I'm afraid I don't know. I'm afraid I don't know that weapon off the top of my head.
Here it comes.
But I'm more than happy to have a look after this hunt.
Have a taste of this.
Blindfold. Good option. Good option. Draw 25 or admit being wrong. Ghosty, handful of cards. Yep. Nothing can make broccoli taste good. Okay, as someone who hates all vegetables and has spent most of my life not eating most vegetables, I can safely say broccoli can taste good.
My buddy's
Okay?
the best.
I can safely say, honestly, anything can taste good.
Say goodbye.
Anything can taste good. Okay? I have learned that in my life.
You're my best pal.
Oh, ho, ho, good counter. Me. I'm like the Cleopatra of broccoli. I have no idea what that sentence means. I don't know what being the Cleopatra of something implies. Does that mean you've had sex with your broccoli brothers? I feel like that's the only thing I maybe know about Cleopatra. I mean, honestly though, that wasn't a weird or crazy. Actually, was that a weird or crazy thing back in that time? Maybe that still was a weird and crazy thing. Hey, Tint, how you doing, dude? I'm winning, but My goodness, am I chewing through my medicine here. I only know about Cleo. Literally what I was quoting. 100%. That's all my knowledge. Oh, did Cleopatra start wars and shit? She probably did. Or wars were started over Cleopatra? I thought it was. No, I thought it was... What was the one that could... A face that could send a nation to war or something like that? Someone who is so pretty they could send a nation to war. It was like a Greek legend, possibly? Okay. Can I get that out? Oh, hang on. Let me... Sorry, I missed the context.
My buddy's the best.
Ooh. Yeah, we'll have a look after this hunt. Chaos. We'll have a look after this hunt and see what's needed. This is a bad idea. That was a terrible blast dash. Alright, lad. I'm just gonna quickly sharpen. You come on over here. Just keep farming Naga parts. You might be gated behind a high rank material or rare drop. That's a good question, actually. What high rank are you? What HR are you? Because if you're over HR 7, then it's probably pretty much just a case of farm the appropriate monster. So there was a thought process going on in my head there. There was a legitimate thought process when that attack was coming down. I did stop. My brain stopped for a second and went, we could press left trigger and A and counter this upcoming attack, or we could press A and get some full burst in and take the hit. And for some reason, I chose that one. No, there's no excuses. For some reason, I just went, no, I'm going with this option. There was not an excuse at all. Just that my brain actively, there was a very active, conscious decision to do that.
Let's have some fun.
Ooh. Platoon controller? Yeah, baby. Fucking pink and green. Absolute. That sounds like a flowchart to me. It actually does. Ooh. Load to blow chart. Blow my load chart? Oh, okay. Where did my Amazon Prime go? I got logged out of Amazon Prime recently. I think they might have had maybe a Giggy logout, which is weird. Just double check that your account's connected. Hey, Chaos, thank you very much for that follow as well. Welcome on in. I can highly recommend the toast. It's pretty good here. The buns especially. Beautiful this time of year. Come on, Goss. Gimme.
Let's go for a ride.
Congratulations, don't use it anymore. I made good use of my Prime subs for a long time and made sure, like, I think for Dave I nearly had a year of Prime subs before I switched to a regular sub, but I was like on top of it. I've never broken the streak, so I'm quite happy with myself for this entirely arbitrary achievement. But Twitch Prime sub is now kind of the sub I just use basically for the streams where I don't feel like I'm there often enough, or they don't stream often enough, or something, or I don't feel like I can just justify the expense, because I basically only justify the expense for 3 or 4 streams where I'm like, I really want to make sure I'm always sub to these people. And then for anyone else, basically, that's where the Twitch Prime is being fought for. That's pretty much how it's being used. Is just like whoever happens to be streaming at the time that I want to sub to, but I can't justify the expense, they get the Twitch Prime. sub 15 minutes and 1 cart. Honestly, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that for Apex Mizu. This dude is fucking crazy. Oh.
Here comes the message.
Was he a small Mizu? I didn't see. I didn't actually notice. I haven't played Rise yet, but Bear's my favorite. Bear, his design is amazing. His fight, for me, I'm not a huge fan. It was £5 cheaper here due to Born. I just really like the colors. I just really like green and pink. I just like obnoxious, loud colors. Oh, there was a small size update. I don't notice. I don't notice those. Oxy, thank you very much for the I can't process words. Oxy, thank you very much for the gifted sub, man. That's very nice of you. Enjoy. Who got that? Rabin, enjoy your buns. Spread them far and wide. Thank you very, very much, Oxy. Actually, so I sent out a tweet last night, and I actually randomly got an email saying, "Oh, hey, this person has donated 10 quid to your PayPal," and I was like, "What?" And then checked my Twitch, and it was like, "Oh, suddenly a follow and a sub," and I was like, "I wasn't even streaming when this happened." And there was a friend of mine, a good friend, who basically was like, "Oh yeah, I've been watching your videos offline, so I threw some money at you." So I was like, "That was very fucking cute, thank you." Got another free trial of Prime? And hello, Skellyman. I was chatting a bit about you earlier. I was discussing the takeaway from one of your not podcasts, not Rainbow Six podcasts. Basically just the concept of you can love something and it can be bad. We were discussing that. We were discussing a bunch of shit like that earlier. But yeah. I tried begging for gifted sub once. Subway kicked me out. I was about to live out. I was about to straight up be like, "Well, yeah, you're gonna get banned if you beg for subs. That's pretty normal in most chats." But yeah, no, that was a good expectation turn on that one. Excellently done. Well executed. What are your thoughts? Oh no, I just think that's like that is an incredibly good and valuable thing that I think people on the internet need to accept, that you can love something and still recognize it as being bad or having flaws. Because a lot of people on the internet, myself included, I'm definitely guilty of doing this. Defend something when you just probably shouldn't defend it, when you should just be like, "Yeah, no, that part is bad. I still love it, though." It doesn't ruin my enjoyment of said thing. I'm sorry that it ruins your enjoyment, but I will still absolutely suck Binding of Isaac's dick any day. Yeah, Tarkov is a great example, and I think for Nas, DBD is possibly a great example. I don't know. It doesn't seem like you love DBD though. The metaphorical Binding of Isaac dick. Everything's bad to somebody. Everything's good to somebody as well. It's a good way to approach a lot of shit in life. It's currently uninstalled. I reinstalled League of Legends the other day, by the way, because a friend was asking me to play Teamfight Tactics. That's back on my computer again. But I won't be playing. I like Teamfight Tactics. I like the auto battlers. Enjoy yourself, don't hurt people. Yeah, and I think it's fair to also still, criticize stuff too. It's a good idea to still criticize some things. Though I think when you are criticizing something, it's good to try and make it clear to the other person, because people are bad at noticing this, but like, hey, this is, it's not a personal attack. It's just my, I just feel like this is something bad about this game. But hey, this is bad. This is bad about this thing or game. It doesn't mean you can't like it, but it is bad about it. For example, Star Wars, which was the second one? You know what? That's a great example. That's a really great example. The scene in Star Wars number 8, I can't remember what the fuck it's called. The scene with the hyperdrive. That was a cool as shit scene. I love that scene because it is visually stunning. It's garbage in terms of storytelling, world building, and everything. But it's really cool scene. I'm glad I seen it. Not the Old Republic. The number 8. The first Star Wars. Define the first Star Wars. Is it the first as in the Phantom Menace, or the first in release order, or the first of the new series? The Last Jedi. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. I had completely forgotten that was its name. First in release order. That is fair. Personally, my stance on the Star Wars movies is I actually don't really like any of them. I like some of the ideas and designs, but overall I'm just like, they're grand. What I love and why the thing I'm a fan of in Star Wars is the world and the games. I love the games and the world. I loved Rogue. It was called Rogue One, but not the game, not the movie, the GameCube game. Jedi Academy 2, Jedi Outcast, which is very tempting to start streaming that now because I have it working in VR with hand motion tracking. So I can swing a motherfucking lightsaber and aim a goddamn blaster, and it's so janky because you can literally turn over the laser blaster and there's just nothing rendered on the other side of it, because the game, why would the game render that? It doesn't need to. But I'm really tempted to stream that. Like, I don't think it's a good idea to stream it. I don't think it's something that was like will be fun and watchable for everyone, but I just really want to do it. And maybe I'll give it like 1 or 2 streams and we'll do some A/B testing. Let's go with that. But yeah, I have a working VR version of Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast, Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. Sorry, not Jedi Academy. Jedi Outcast, not Jedi Academy. Important difference. Better question. Why wouldn't the game render things? Oh yeah, no, like, so that's actually an interesting thing, Tind. I was thinking about this when I was testing it out, and I turned it over and I went, oh yeah, of course you wouldn't render this. You'd never see it. But a lot of modern games will just render the whole gun, because why the fuck not? Because we do have that power to spare, and you know, it is nice to just render the other side of it, maybe give your character the option to like turn it over and see the other side of it, or have some animation where the other side gets shown off at some point, because we have that budget to spare on these things. But yeah, for something like Jedi Outcast, when that was released, 100%, yeah, they definitely wanted to save that budget and just render this half, and then this half is just completely gone. Went from 1k to 34k while I was gone. I predicted with 650 points and I left. Yep. I got the run basically clone where you and I think, was it Echo, were the only people who betted for me, and it was like a 98 to 2% on the win ratio. That was the run I won, and you won a lot of points out of that. We don't render the inside of a gun to look. Oh yeah, you don't render the inside of a gun. But I mean, that's just like what even is the point to clip in and see it? Although to be fair, there are things that are modeled in games inside characters that you can clip your camera into and see things that was just never intended to be seen. Maybe they were things that were made at some point and then the character design changed later and they just covered it over with a cloak or something like that. But you know, there is cool details like that. I'd watch it. I personally, I think I want to give it at least a little shot. I remember during that talk, one viewer could not accept that KOTOR 2 was objectively not good because it's unfinished. He kept saying, well, it's good before that, and it's like, sure, but half a game is half a game. Fair. I played, by the way, KOTOR 2 was my first Knights of the Old Republic game. I don't think I actually played. I haven't played KOTOR 1. I haven't played KOTOR 1. I straight up haven't played KOTOR 1. And I really love that game. That game still stands the test of time as the first video game I can clearly remember in my head where I did something that was good for my character. I took an evil action or something like that because it gave me some stuff in the game. And I had, you know, I got some money or something from it. And later on, when I came back, that person who I screwed over died because of my actions. And I remember going, oh shit, I feel bad about this. I have empathy toward this situation. And I reloaded my save and redid it because I didn't want that person to die. Can we have multiple origami lurkers? No. It will get way too busy, way too quickly if we allow multiple origami lurkers. The exceptions are... I mean, Lulu and Ash have 2 up there at the moment, but I think those will eventually, when space is a problem, those will get taken down. And you can redeem it again if you want a different origami piece, but we will not keep... the other one is not guaranteed to be kept up. It will be taken down if space becomes an issue or anything like that. I can't bet you had... Oh yeah, you didn't bet. You just put in 0. But I do remember... I do actually remember getting to the end of Knights of the Old... Sorry. I went on a bit of a tangent there. I do remember getting to the end of Knights of the Old Republic 2 and being like, wow, that was garbage. What was this ending? That made no fucking sense. Why? What happened? What about all this other stuff? I still enjoyed the game. It was still good mechanically. But, you know... That was garbage. I don't think. Here's one. I don't like The Witcher. I don't like The Witcher 3 because I don't like the mechanics of it. I think that is a bad part of that game. Then again, true, it doesn't necessarily make it a bad game because I don't like that part of it. And you could say KOTOR 2. Well, I know. Yeah, if it's unfinished, it's still kind of objectively bad. Though there is fun in it, but it's not a finished product. Can something be automatically bad if it's not a finished product? Huh. Because, I mean, early access games can be good, and they're not finished products, so they're not bad. Shit. I've talked myself into a corner again. Sorry, I've missed a bunch. I didn't scroll up in chat. We got married when I got my lurker, but I haven't seen him since. Hey, hello. Wait, who did you get married to? Oh yeah, you're married to Ash. You're married to Ash. That's what it is. Witcher 3 is mediocre, in my opinion. But again, my opinion is also very much informed by I am a very mechanically focused video game player. I love strong mechanics. I love systems I can fucking sink my teeth into. And The Witcher 2 doesn't really have that for me. It just had, you know, biggie health, you know, you put, yeah, just guy with health bar, mash button, add. Maybe I was playing it wrong. It's entirely possible I was playing it wrong too. I played Coach 2 in a crappy translation, so the story didn't make sense too. Man. I give you half a car, it runs well, but it's half a car. Could I redeem it to give the turtle a sword? That's an interesting thought. What about redeeming further origami lurkers to modify the original one with more stuff? So he wants to give his turtle a sword. Carolina's saying no. She is the ultimate arbiter of the origami lurkers. Oh yeah, because it couldn't really make an appropriately sword-sized thing for a turtle necessarily. At least where it might be like way too much for Carolina to try and make something like that. So no. I don't think unfinished means it's objectively bad art, but it does make it a bad product. That's actually not a bad way to look at it. It's a bad product because it's unfinished. As in, you paid money for it and you did not get the full intended amount that money was supposed to give you, even if you did get a good experience.
Duty calls.
I'm a mechanical focused player, aka I like to have gameplay in my video games. There are good video games that don't focus on gameplay, i.e. a lot of people really seem to like The Witcher. Man, we're just shitting on The Witcher today. But you don't care about like really strong mechanics in a game necessarily. You don't want to play something like Monster Hunter where, you know, it's all about like well, for me it's all about like, you know, getting deep into those, you know, learning the Gunlance to the absolute nth degree. Yeah, you don't want to study. See, that's fine. Like that's just we like different things in that game. I think we're just and it's still a good story, and it's fine in terms of mechanics. We're gonna fight now. I can feel it. Me and Caroline are gonna fight. She recently finished Witcher 3 and played all the stories and stuff and really liked it. I'm feeling a good day. I am. I hope you're having a good day too. To Hollow, I nearly said clone, but that's because I just read Clone's Request. Let's throw some eyes on this bad boy. Any parable? The games don't focus on the gameplay, while The Witcher has all this garbage gameplay in between their good stuff, which is why it is bad. Yeah, I think that's a good one. Audio 2, that's another actually great example. I think a lot of Rockstar games are kind of bad as a game. In part of what they intend to do. You know what's two great examples? Fucking MGS5 and Death Stranding. I think those games are bad. I think ultimately they're bad. Even though they have good bits in them. I think ultimately they're bad. And the reason they're bad is Kojima seems very obsessed with stuffing every possible mechanic into it that is just not needed. Kind of a similar thing. What I would say that's a problem with GTA, except for the fact that that's kind of what they're sold on. That is, when you buy GTA, you're kind of expecting to go bowling and, you know, drive and run people over and do a bunch of extra shit. I mean, with modern GTA, I guess. I enjoyed MGS5, but MGS5 is bad. Think MGS5 is one of the best Celta games. I never engaged with the Celta gameplay in it. And I think partially that's a problem of that's the fault of that game, because it didn't lead me to it. But then again, if it didn't give me the option, look, deciding things is hard. Okay. Having a concrete opinion on anything, having a concrete line of this is the reason for this is hard, okay? Except when it's not, like with like Nazis and shit, which are like objectively bad. God damn it.
So please take your time.
I can never in my life do a debate or an argument or a podcast, because this is all I do. We just circle and confuse myself endlessly. I would make an excellent philosopher, as it would just be me sitting there questioning everything and then being sad. During your opportunity to play it however you want. Yeah, I guess if that is kind of how they did it, and I guess in that way it did succeed. I guess I didn't have fun. I guess for me, I think here's part of here's where it becomes a problem for me, and it might not be a problem for other people. I think I approach video games in a from an efficiency standpoint, and I'm exactly the kind of player who will efficiency the fun out of something to do it efficiently. And I think for games that are like MGS5, which have these giant open buffets of do anything you want, I'm the guy who's just running straight for the chips, because the chips are the easiest and quickest thing for me to know that I like and just get into me. Would you play Gunlance? Yes. And Gunlance is the quickest and easiest way to explode things. So, there.
Good luck out there.
I approach video games as the man known as John Video Games, creator of all video games. Did you know that John Video Games is actually my dad and works for Nintendo? Kush vs. Lance, really fun. Second fight went way better. Kush in this game. Fun. Not awful. Not garbage. Not literally not literally the most awful thing in the world that constantly pushes you away from it. Like, actually fun. Let's fight an Almudron. I like Almudron a lot. I mostly just like looking at him. Dave was saying something the other day. He was saying something about this tapestry and monsters being apex monsters, and there's some indication of monsters being apex monsters because they're on this tapestry in a certain way.
This'll be easy.
I don't understand what it was. But if anyone knows, feel free to explain.
That was fast.
Can't be, because I'm John Video Games, aka John Tarkov, aka... But I thought you were my dad, Skelly. And also my son. Simultaneously. Ooh, there we go. Can't speak for Death Stranding, because it's my favorite video game of all time. But I have biased. I would like to know why you like why Death Stranding is your favorite video game. I think that might be one of those things where, because I optimized the fun out of it, I didn't like Death Stranding, because that's how I approach games. I definitely know that there were times when Death Stranding... I've said this before. There are times when Death Stranding fucking nails it. Like, when I think it perfectly does what I think that game set out to do, which is give an experience of kind of peaceful monotony and calm, quiet introspection.
Say goodbye.
I think it fucking nailed that, and there were times when I really loved that. And then 99% of the rest of the time it didn't. It didn't do that. 99% of the rest of the time it gave me a van, and I just used the van and just delivered everything and did some really shitty driving mechanics along very set roads that just didn't involve any thought process on my own. I think vehicles, again, that comes back to my point of Kojimbo wanting to put every possible mechanic in the game. And I think the game suffering for it. I think the mountain part of Death Stranding, the bit where you're in the snowy mountains and you are forced back to zero without any vehicles, and you have to really make use of a lot of your tools, such as ladders and stuff like that. That was objectively the best part of that game.
Now I'm getting angry.
Never made any roads. Oh, I hyper focused on roads.
Have a taste of this.
That was a good Wyvern's Fire. Oh, that was a bad Wyvern's Fire, as it has immediately put me... No, I'm a god. Never mind. Sorry, this is all excellent. Every choice I made has been perfect. I was very happy with my Wyvern's Fire there, because it put me into a position... It let me block an attack, but that put me into a position where I thought I was going to take the next attack, but it turned out I'm a god, and everything I do is perfect. So, that's okay. Oh, I am stunned. Hello.
You won't know what hits you.
Broken zip lines everywhere. Removing all difficulty was a bad design decision because you worked to remove the fun. Easiest, most efficient thing to do. Yeah. And I think that's a problem. I think and part of the reason why I love watching folks like Three Dog and Dave, because they do not always just go for the efficient path. They make games fun for themselves in a lot of ways by not doing things like that. And I think I love watching that. I can't do it myself, but I do love watching it. Lost the ability to think. He's too busy huffing his own farts and says American donuts start farts because it's not true. That was one of those things that was a bit like, okay, he sounds a little bit just kind of butthurt. Which, you know, people are attacking his work. It's understandable to be a little butthurt. Hopefully, with time and retrospective, he can look at it and be like, okay, maybe, you know, maybe bad bit, maybe some of these bits were bad. Or the game designers can make a fun game. Maybe they're not making it for maybe they're not making it for us. Like, maybe that's it. Maybe they have that mentality of, say, Dave or Three Dog, where they can find the fun in the game or look for the fun and make some amazing fun out of it and revel in the fact that they made their own fun by being given a playground to make their own fun. As opposed to someone like me who needs it kind of just put out on a platter and being like, here is your fun, take it. Not necessarily. I'm exaggerating for the sake of making the point, but I don't actually want things shoved in my face that much. You know, there is a degree of creativity I do enjoy. Okay. Most people could also find fun in MS Paint. True. I think I could legitimately watch and love and enjoy both an MS Paint stream from both Dave and Tree Dog. I think they would somehow manage to make it fun. And I think it would actually be fun to watch. Oh.
You shouldn't have picked me up!
Ooh. Dark Souls make the brain of people. I think Dark Souls encourages hiding behind your shield a lot, and for some people that could not be fun. For me, eventually hiding behind the shield wasn't a lot of fun. Personally, in the original, at first I really enjoyed using a shield, but after a while it actually became a kind of a not fun way to play the game, so I stopped using it. But the game did really incentivize using shields a lot of the time, or rewarded using shields a lot, or just made it easy to use them when you were bad. Hey, Kwasi. Most important thing on a streamer is that they're having fun. Oh yeah, definitely. I think you've pretty much hit the nail on the head. I think the thing that's fun in streams is watching someone have fun and basically empathizing with fun. Ooh, hello. I like shields. I know. I when I first played Dark Souls, in fact, when I played Bloodborne, I was like, you know, I still like having a shield. It's part of the reason I started playing Gunlance originally. I like having a big meaty shield to use. I don't really use okay, I do still use the shield in Gunlance a fair bit. Sometimes I move away from using it, but I feel like I've been talking non-stop on like 8 threads here, and I have not actually managed to like make one succinct finished point on any of the threads, but we've just quickly moved on to the next thread. So apologies if that's like 100% infuriating for you, but that's me, man. Generally don't like League or Dota. They're not the only thing bad. I think that there are parts of League and Dota that are objectively bad regardless of who you are. There are parts of League and Dota that are the equivalent of I think there are parts of League and Dota that are the equivalent of the thing we were talking about earlier in mobile games, where it kind of just turns into mindless busy work before that you have to do before the fun thing. And again, some people like mindless busy work. You know what? Look.
I knew I could count on you.
I can't do it. I can't form one singular solid opinion and stick to it. Like, I just can't. I think this is it. This is my whole life. This is just my whole life now. Just being like, I don't like this thing, but other people like this thing, but I don't like this thing. But I can see why other people would like this thing. And maybe it's not bad because I don't like it. Maybe it's good because other people do like it, but I don't like it, so it's bad. But I don't really... I just mean enjoying this sentence. Just this sentence over and over. Just me saying this sentence over and over. That's it. That's the rest of my life. God help me if I ever get dementia. God help whoever has to listen to me. I'm gonna like repeat myself non-stop ad nauseum. way more than anyone else. Studies will be written.
You're done for!
Books shall be wrote on my ability to just say the shames thing over and over and confuse myself. You have to understand, everything in this world is good if it's in a proper place, much like a tool. A tool, in this case, being me. And my proper place being... in the garbage. That's not true. I think I'm a fairly okay example of a human being. Not perfect, but okay, decent enough. Would not sacrifice me. Would not get rid of me for the betterment of the human race. Unlike, you know, there are people you look at and you're like, wow, I think the human race would be better off without, I don't know, like easy pickings, but Donald Trump. I feel like he's just a bad person. I don't think that's too uncontroversial a statement. Then again, maybe he's got some good shit going on. Who knows? But I don't feel like he does.
Here comes the messy part.
Oh, I think I went to church. I don't anymore. I did used to, legitimately. I went to church pretty much every Sunday. Didn't necessarily want to. There was times when I did want to, legitimately. When I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, religion. Fucking give me that spirit of Jesus all up in my ass. I was there before, but I'm not anymore. And it wasn't a long time I was in it. But I can see the value. I can see the value in it, just not for me. There's plenty of people who just fucking suck. My stance is most people, the vast majority of people, suck and don't suck in varying up and down measures. Like they'll go through suck and not suck phases in life. And then there are some people who will mostly not suck. And then there are some people who will largely just suck. And I think the people who largely just suck, probably the human race is better off without them. Also, then again, I'm not the arbiter of shit. I'm not allowed to make this. I definitely am not allowed to make these judgments. God. Man, being God must suck ass. The constant second guessing. Ooh. Okay. Have I gone off the rails enough? Can I go back to video game? Sorry, I feel like I've missed a bunch of chat there because I was just too deep up my own butt on saying shit. So if you said anything and it was like cerebral and amazing and I missed it and I should have read it and it could change my life. Hell, even if you just thought it was good and you just want me to actually see it, just repost it now. Just go for it. Go nuts. At least you play instead of looking at the pause screen for half an hour? Ah, Kwasi. You think that, but no. I am perfectly happy with also just sitting on the pause screen for 2 hours straight. Those are some of my most favorite times in Dave's stream, when we just don't play the video game and talk. 100%. I don't know what I'm hunting for. I'm kind of just hunting for fun at the moment. Also, folks who don't know, version 3.0, end of May. Get immediately incredibly hyped beyond any reasonable measure, blow your expectations sky high, and frankly, the way the devs of this do, they'll probably still somehow surpass your expectations. It's kind of crazy how they repeatedly do that. But you know, we gotta keep building up those expectations, so eventually we can hate Capcom for not living up to our expectations. Big garbage.
Aren't they great? I'm trying to learn as well, but it's very hard.
Jurassic Park Trespasser? I did miss Jurassic Park Trespasser. 8:30, Protestants ruining Christianity one Sunday at a time. I have nothing against Protestants either. I don't know anything about being a Protestant at all. Straight up. I legitimately don't know a thing. I remember when I was younger, occasionally being like, oh hey, I think I remember it happening at least once. There was a time when I remember being like, oh hey, can we go into that building? And my parents being like, no, that's the Protestant church. We don't go there. And I was like, but why? And they were like, we don't go there. I don't think my parents had any like actual malice behind that statement. They were just like, we just don't go there. That's not where we do. Aren't y'all Protestants up there in Ireland? No. We're all good Catholic boys. It's Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland is half partially Catholic and partially Protestant, and that's the source of it. I'm sure there's whole fucking books on that shit. But South Ireland is pretty solidly Roman Catholic for the most part. Guess not the worst. A whole lot of troubles there. He's done it. He's hit the nail. Legitimately, if you're interested, look up the troubles. That's what we call them. That's what they're called. They're still there. This is big part of Northern Ireland's history and Ireland's history in general. And hey, you know, not old, not gone, not dead and buried. Still very much a thing to worry about on occasion. Ooh.
You won't know what hits you.
Southern part of Catholicism and over the rivers north. Maybe there's just like an affinity thing that southern parts of the world just got that Catholic in them, and the southern parts of countries just got that Catholic in them. God officially, Roman Catholic God officially lives low down, which would make me think perhaps, does that make our God the devil in this case? As the devil is traditionally the down south one? That's really coming again, sorry. I swear I'm not doing this on purpose. I actually don't want to eat that max potion. Give me a moment here. I eat the fish. Eat the fish. Hang on. Okay, let me... Oh, I need to scroll back down.
This is the end.
This also makes a huge difference as to why Kushala is a fun fight. The ability to blast dash back into him and keep the pressure on. Big difference.
This ain't good.
Whoa. He was very much about to kill me there. Oh, I got buffeted. Oh shit. It can be done. That's the first time I've had that. That's one of the first times I've had that happen. Get shut upon, boy.
You shouldn't have ticked me off.
This here is a showcase. This mixed monster is very fun. Only for this specific weapon, though. Wait. Are you saying for Kushala? I think I've been hearing a lot of people saying that Kushala is just... Everyone's just enjoying Kushala in this game far more than they did in World. Which I think is honestly pretty easy, because as long as he doesn't have that annoying knocky-backy bit, he's a much better fight, frankly. Oh, why did I have to get the knockdown on him there? That's unfortunate. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have... He still has it in some way, shape, or form. He does still have it in some way, shape, or form, but nowhere near what it was in World. It is far more manageable. It's like actually fun to fight him. This is me currently having fun and enjoying a video game. I swear. You can take this, screen cap it, put it on the Wikipedia page of our video games fun. Because this is me doing it right now. Ignore the monotone voice. I'm just very bad at adjusting my oh god, Jesus. Oh.
Oh no, you don't.
Okay. I fear that my voice, sometimes when I've listened to myself back on the streams, I fear that my voice is like way too monotone sometimes. But that can't be true, because I definitely remember being like way too overly
I'm bringing the heat.
I'm pretty sure this is a gesture I make on stream a lot, and I'm pretty sure I do it for like the one word or like the one feeling. Expressive? I don't know. Maybe my idea of being expressive is entirely horribly... Oh, heck me. Entirely horribly outdated. My idea of expressive is rooted in the, you? Mother hacker. Okay. And you're down again. Wow. Kush just dropping it like it's hot pretty hard here.
This is
Oh, they didn't do the fight. They didn't do the fight. 0 out of 10. Would not recommend. Come on, let's go, boys. Honey? Carmen's doing the dishes and it's picking. It's being picked up on the mic. The dishes and being picked up on the mic quite a bit. Chat, are my messages coming through? The last message you sent was, wait, he doesn't have it. That was the last thing.
Feisty one.
That was the last thing you said.
It's getting away.
There's a showcase for a very specific, very fun monster with this specific weapon, though. How did Capcom do that? Is it actually just not showing your message? Hang on. Oh, okay. So a bit further down, things are meant to see. For example, the HP bar in Jurassic Park Trespasser, because we all know there's two things which are meant to be seen. I've totally lost the context for the tint. I've totally lost the context for that, and I have no idea what the sentence even means. I'm so sorry. I missed it so bad. Yeah, I have no idea what the trespasser is. Ooh. In fact, I just don't know very much about Jurassic Park in general.
That's what I'm talking about.
Ooh.
Let's have some fun.
Yay, okay.
You won't know what hits you.
That's not the direction you were supposed to go. Come on, baby. Go down. You got another knockdown in you, don't you? Hells. Trying to slice the air. Look. Kushala Dora is powered by air, right? He's a windy boy. Therefore, it stands to reason, if I hit the air enough, he will lose his powers. Okay? You cannot defy my logic. I have absolutely nailed the scientific method for this. Ooh.
Kick me off. You're my best pal.
So you played a lady in the game, the tattoo as her HP bar, tattoo was directly on her boob, at the check, you have to look down her shirt to see her. I like simultaneously love and hate that. Like, what a... I don't even know. Like, there's yeah, no. I just wish, I hope and wish that the people who designed that game also made a version where there's a health bar on the penis. I hope to for the sake of balance, I hope that also happens. That there's like a penis health bar, or perhaps maybe the size indicates your health. Like, I feel like for the sake of balance, as long as that's made, I'm okay with that.
Say goodbye.
Ooh. Then could Kush deal Dark and Blight? He can now. I believe, I'm not actually sure if that's an entirely new thing to Kush. I know old Kush could do ice before World, and he's now back to doing ice. I mean, for 2 minutes for a shower and we're back to talking Monster Hunter. No. We're talking about HP bars on the chest
I knew I
and or penis.
Oh no, you don't.
Oh, you motherfucker.
I'm a punch
What the fuck is Monster Hunter? I don't know, some garbage game, man. I don't even know. Shitty background noise to inane ramblings, basically. Poor cat. Oh, Sally. I love that attack. I fucking adore that attack. It's so good. Just the little wobble with the barrel bomb. It's inspired. Imagine having to rotate your camera so you can see your HP bar. Man. There's a name for that. There's totally a name for that. I think it's... Is it called diegetic? Diegetic design? Where the gameplay elements... It's probably used for more than just video games, but the gameplay elements are displayed as real-world in-game objects that make sense. A good example being Isaac in Dead Space's health bar, an oxygen meter, and ammo reserves all appearing as visual elements within the world. And then there's non-diegetic stuff, which is things like my health bar in this game, or my sharpness bar, which are just... This just shows your sharpness. Ooh. You see, that's the thing, though. When we're talking about like wait, hang on. This was back in '98. Didn't have choose one horse, so the blue bar was the only thing you had. Okay, so especially because it was back in '98, it was probably a bit, and by a bit I mean probably a pretty sexist representation. But hey, we can make up for it. We can make the modern equivalent. We can work on that together. Fun fact, I do actually know a bit of Unity. I could in theory make that video game with the penis health bar. Dick bar will be a thing. Trespass was made by DreamWorks Interactive and EA, so I doubt that they will do a remake. Yeah, I have a feeling even if they did, they'd maybe just scrap the whole thing altogether. The whole concept. Look closely and now Kush does Dragon Pack. It's basically Alatrion's Dragon Dives. Oh, yeah. You're right. No, that is exactly where that animation's coming from.
Let's have some fun.
Oh, that was a bad choice. Also bad choice. Man, blast dashing. Surprisingly bad choice a lot of the time. But all at the same time, I do look very cool. Provided I don't get hit and... You mother... piece of... Oh.
Here it comes.
Okay. Emote. That fact really makes me pissed. Do you mean the Dragon Blight? Elemental Master on to the same ever-beloved Elemental Master? As in Alatrion?
Goodness new.
Dragon Blight same animation? Animations are reused in Monster Hunter a huge amount. Like, that's Narga Kuga has that same walk animation, Tigrex. That's just the nature of animation, really. Shit's hard, so they gotta reuse a lot of it. I just don't bat an eyelid at it at this stage. Whoops-a-daisy. I still haven't... Oh my god. These two hunts were literally... These last couple hunts I've been like, okay, take the ultra buff set so you can remember to use your mega demon drugs and your might seeds and junk. And I have not eaten a single goddamn one.
Time for some sharpening.
I understand, but if it's wind up stomp swords, I'd let it slide, but it's literally Atron's Dragon Stomp. I mean, it's entirely entirely possible that Electrion's Dragon Stomp was something taken from another monster in another game. Oh, you know what? Let's go over this way. We'll most likely get the announcement in 1 week and 1 day. I mean, lore-wise, I mean, I didn't think his Dragon Stomp was, like, lore-specific. I don't feel like it had any lore connotations to it. In fact, Monster Hunter lore is it's not really what I play the game for. It's not really the strong point. I like bits of it, but it's not Dark Souls. The wind elemental dragon being able to use dragon element. But what is dragon element? Also, Electrion can use fire, ice, and dragon. And potentially is also a big fan of the 21st of September. How do you get dragon from air? Dragon energy. You know? It's like electricity or something, basically. God freaking damn it. It's just really aggressive air. Like, really aggressive air. Like, you rub that air together real hard. I mean, okay, right. How do you make thunder in real life? Right? Like, you rub shit together. And what do clouds do? They rub the fuck together and they make lightning, right? So, Kushala's just doing that, but with like a dragony spin on it. Right? Totally makes sense. Makes perfect sense. For the record, just in case this isn't, I'm not arguing for like any kind of logic or sense here. I'm talking shit. Monster Hunter lore reminds me of The Legend of Zelda timeline. Super fucked up. I love games that are super innocent and have super messed up lore. Again, like Pokemon, where part of the lore might be, oh yeah, there was like a massive war and like everyone is dead, and that's why your character never has a parent, never has both parents most of the time, or you know, and there's all this weird shit. Also, humans might just be Pokemon evolved and used to sex the Pokemon. I think that might have been part of the lore. I'm pretty sure I feel like that was part of the lore in Pokemon. In Ultra Sun and Moon, there's confirmed as a multiverse? Really? I know in Sun and Moon there was like another thing, like a dimension or something like that. Was it straight up like is it straight up like, oh yeah, there's like another version of this world or something like that?
Time for you to obey.
Oh man, Magnamallow is rideable too. Let's see if we can get off this boy quick enough. No, Magna's out.
Bye. Here it comes.
Yo! What was that?
Nothing personal, buddy.
Okay. I kind of hope we have like a cool screenshot for that. Mosh pit finish? Yeah, I think maybe there's potentially a good screenshot in there. There probably isn't. But like there's maybe the little bit of potential of like a Magnamallow jumping in, explosions, Kushala being annihilated. There's potential for a good screenshot. I don't think it's gonna have it. Also, hey, how you doing, Epion? I love how conflict situation in Pokemon works. You have a mafia-like boss and 10-year-old beats him. I mean, to be fair, if you're a mafia boss and a 10-year-old just comes in and stomps over all your shit with these giant monsters, I feel like you kind of have to throw in the towel. Nyarlor is something else. I love Yoko Tower for just batshit crazy lore of madness and fucking sheer sadness. It's good. Yoko Taro is, and I think he said as much himself. It's how he design partially how he designs game. Is he actually doesn't really care about the logical conclusions or steps or that. He's basically just trying to pull on your heartstrings. Pretty much.
Help you.
And then just put like things to justify random events in between to be like, yeah, look, this is just how this is happening. But importantly, you're a terrible human being. Yokotara's Kojimbo. There's Kojimbo has done good stuff. He has done legitimately good stuff. Like when you look at MGS2 now, and you look at the storyline of that being like, oh, you know, data and stuff, and you look at it in today's light, you're like, oh, damn, dude made a pretty good prediction, a pretty solid look at a potential future world that turned out to be true. That shit's cool. MGS2, playing MGS2 now is really weird. Use X-Bomb, 99% for sure the sickos still want. I mean, have you seen Guard of War? I skipped the screenshot. Oh, god damn it. People... Y'all need to, like, stop me when it comes to the end of the hunt. I need to stop and have a look at the screenshots and really see them. I'm a garbage human for not doing that a lot. It's their fault for only having... I mean, that's clearly it. They're so busy with their mafia shit, they're just not very good Pokemon trainers. And so the 10-year-old who gives it his all, turns out he can just come in with his level 800 Charizard, burn the whole building down. And you know, level 800 Charizard comes in, burns your whole building down, and beats literally your entire squad. You're kind of gonna go, I'm not fighting that dragon. I'm not touching that dragon, man. I was talking to my friend, apparently GL has a bit of fire damage like you said, so different shelling damage is cause of that. Cool. I was fairly confident. The only reason, by the way, I know that Gunlance, and it was based on world knowledge. The only reason I knew that Gunlance had a bit of fire damage is because I once, when I was fighting Elatrion, I shelled him, and suddenly it went, oh, his element's been sealed, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, how did a Gunlance shell seal his element? But that's when I basically found it out as a result of that. Looked into it a bit more, and yes, in the math in the back of the game, it's like, in World, I think it was like 5 damage out of the whole damage is fire. It's like, it's tiny, but it is there. Ooh. What do you mean I can't run all speed fire types? Maybe you could. Maybe it's doable. Fossils and artists predicted that hundreds of years ago. True, but like, it's also not like people are making games that have that kind of solids. It's not like a lot of people are making games that have stories that kind of hit the mark a lot, like constantly. I think Kojima is very much capable of telling good stories. I think MGS2 is a good story. I think, you know, it varies, but you've seen Wheezing? Oh, I just fucking love vape pens, man. I just love vape pens. I'm just sexually attracted to vape pens, and Wheezing, what is he but a very funky vape pen? Pulls out his Glocks and give the 10-year-old a holding head. Have guns ever been confirmed to be in the Pokemon universe? That's a good question. Ain't seen Braxton. No, Braxton's not my type. No, not at all. No, not for me. Tetris 99. And we got Pac-Man 99. it's neat to see those little concepts coming up. Is Tetris Unannounced still alive? When am I going to be playing Isaac again? Sorry, I was a bit further back in the chat there. Next week? Maybe Tuesday next week? I don't know. It really depends. I've just set a schedule for when I will be streaming. As for what I will be streaming, that's very much still up to my whims. Isaac isn't like gone from the channel or anything. It'll be back. There's still plenty to do in it. But I don't know, Tuesday, Thursday next week, something like that. I like Monster Hunter Rise 2, so I enjoy playing it. It's nice that he pushes that hard of gaming. He does it badly, but at least he does it, and he doesn't have to deviate. Yeah, that's one thing I try to defend in some things, even with games that sometimes have hammy or bad stories, or like really batter you over the head with like a lesson or like a philosophy or something like that. I still appreciate the effort, because a lot of that shit is just not done in a lot of video games. A lot of video games are just done to be just, hey, shooty McDuty, and like no more experience. And not to say either that shooty is a bad thing, but when everything is shooty, nothing is shooty. Also, you have the glass tummy. She's got her headphones on. She can't hear. Human blast. That blast you. There you go. Gen 8 Galar Wheezing. Oh, Top Hat Wheezing. Top Hat Wheezing's amazing. I would not have sex with Top Hat Wheezing. I can't lie. I can't tell a lie, man. I can't even lie about that. That one deleted. Oh my god. That's amazing. Are that bad? Badly written is what I always say. It's a difference, and the reason these montages with snakes repeating the last phrase of a sentence exists, because that's badly written dialogue. I can't say I'm familiar with enough to know that stuff. You know what's one I just want to like get off my chest as like a thing that's been in the back of my head. So when will you be playing Isaac? Tuesday, Thursday next week-ish? Sometime next week? I'm not streaming this weekend, folks, because I am away. I will not be at my computer. Crazy, I know. But that's why we got the extra stream yesterday. So, literally first week with the schedule, and I'm immediately been like, swoosh. But I'll definitely be back on Tuesday. I might stream on Monday as well, just because I won't have streamed all weekend, and I'll probably have the energy for it. What do I want to fight? I don't have any requests on what I want to fight, and what I should fight. Maybe, crazy thought. Maybe I should stop just going ham on the fights for a second and take a second to chill and think about video game. Then again, this is a Hyperbolic Gunlance training time chamber, so maybe I do just want to go ham and shoot boys and blow things up. The anime had guns in it? Okay. But also, to be fair, gun, dragon. Gun, dragon. Even if you shoot the kid, you still gotta deal with the dragon. And the dragon might not have a weakness to bullets. The dragon might in fact be quite pissed off that you shot his 10-year-old, and then will burn your whole operation down. More so than it already just did. What is gun type weak to? A gun is steel, so it's weak to fire, which dragons have. Fire, ground, immune to poison. Is it weak to fairy? High physical defense. I don't think it's weak to fairy. Fire, ground, fighting. That's all I can remember. If the kid already put his dragon back in the Pokeball? I mean, that's on the kid at that stage. Like, if the kid's putting away his dragon, that is a stupid move, really. Gun type weak to Kevlar type? I think gun type isn't weak to Kevlar type, but Kevlar type is resistant to gun. So, like, gun attacking Kevlar the Kevlar will take reduced damage, but Kevlar attacking gun won't necessarily do increased damage to the gun. Okay? What are guns weak to? Oh, ground type. Easy. Actually, why are we even talking about this? Ground type. Chuck some dust in that motherfucker. Absolutely boned. Water type 2. Water shits on guns. Fairies always defeat. Knives are weak to CQC, so fine. Hitmonchan. Remember the basics of CQC. What's Hitmonchan? Is Hitmonlee is the kicking one, and Hitmonchan's the punching one. Hitmontop's the breakdancing one. What's the other one? There's another. There's a like Hitmonchild of some kind. I can't remember. I would want to be attacking. I don't remember. Yeah, but I think a gun would be worse. High Rogue. There's the one. Thank you very much. Chat with the immediate drops of knowledge. The tyke that is roguelike. CQC doesn't mean melee combat. It means combat in close quarters, for example. Combat within a building is CQC. You can do that with guns, not with melee. That's a fair point, actually. That's a very fair point. CQC, technically John Wick is very good at CQC. Gun Fu is some sweet ass close quarters combat. There's shield, Cinder, Ace to the DC for all the C stats. Hey, I won't understand any of the stats. Well, no, sorry, I will understand the stats. I do understand Pokemon stats. I'll only look at it if you have Modest Nature with 0 attack and max special attack EVs. Ooh. Gauntlet has been thrown down. I definitely understood those words, and I'm in no way confused. Legitimately, I understand what those words mean. Brings me back to my point from yesterday. Remember I had like a thing yesterday? I have like a definition now. Like, you know a video game is good if you can go to its wiki and find long, complicated mathematical equations on how the game works. And Pokemon is a good game with long, complicated mathematical equations on how everything works. On how a bunch of shit works. Good game, 10 out of 10. I think that's a good definition. I'm gonna hold to that as best I can. I'm gonna immediately be given an example that will shit on my definition. Super Mario Bros. Not a good game, exactly. Mario Bros. Absolute 0 out of 10 garbage. Not a single mathematical equation on its wiki. Like, I get it out of here. Long complicated mathematical equations and how stories work? No, Kingdom Hearts is not eligible for this. What? Where do I want to throw these boys? Volvi, Rathian Wrath. I want to fight Rathalos, actually. I want to fight Teostra again, to be honest. I'm just fighting that boy non-stop now. I feel an affinity with him. Him being a sentient toaster. Volvi, you know what? Volvi and Janap. That's a decent selection of boys I won't use. Blue, Naz, Moose, and I'll send out Gil. And I'll use it like now. Actually, do want to swap. Let's swap out some of our buddies for a little bit. Probably change that to. I've had Tinned out recently. Ghosty was here. Palamutes, Oxy can jump in. And we've immediately forgotten 6th again. Shit on your definition, Europa Universalis 4. I've never played Europa Universalis 4, so I cannot argue. I actually, for the record, I don't. For me personally, I like parts of Kojima's games. I don't think they're like amazing, like universally amazing and without criticism, but he got some cool shit in there, and he does do some cool stuff. He does try some new things, and I do very much applaud him for that alone. I think he also fucks it up a bit at times too. I think he really does fuck it up, and really he's really got to stop putting his fetishes just fucking everywhere, man. It goes a bit far. It goes a little bit far with it. SMB with all the subpixel frame rules and stuff. Which is SMB? Oh, Super Mario Brothers. I mean, if there's mathematical equations on its wiki about that stuff, then like I am proven wrong. Like then it passes. Couldn't play when you try to pay back Tom Nook's loans. Oh no. Animal Crossing has entire websites dedicated to stat prediction of turnip pricing. Animal Crossing is 100% a good game. Easily. It's got stock market equations to take into account. Animal Crossing passes the test. No bother. Okay. I'm like... I know what I want to do. I figured it out. I remembered. It is time. It is time to actually legitimately, for realsies, no, I'm actually going to do it this time. Totally legit make goddamn wide Gunlance worm stake spam stun build that I've been meaning to make for goddamn ever. Ground splitter, guard reload, charge shelling. Perfect.
I got everything you need.
Base maps for Diablo 2. Hey. Ooh. I am very hungry. Throwing out bouncy balls at the state fair with a Pikachu inside. Oh, that's cute. My first season being on TV every single day. My first introduction to Pokemon was Pokemon Red. I started a game, got to I think the gym with Misty with Squirtle, and then went, I kind of don't like Squirtle, and then restarted, went back to the start of the game again, picked Bulbasaur, got to the gym with Misty, and was like, man, I like this Bulbasaur so much better. He's a cool dude. But what about that Charizard guy? Maybe I'll really like him too. Then I went back, picked Charizard, got to Misty's gym, went, I don't like Charizard as much as Bulbasaur, but I'll be fucked if I'm going through all of that again. And I just played through the game with Charizard. And to this day, I still regret not just sticking with the Bulbasaur. The indecisiveness. Hey, guess who's kind of pretty indecisive? This guy right here. Would you have guessed? Would you have sat down, looked at me and went, man, that's a pretty indecisive looking guy? I have a feeling the answer is fucking yeah. Kidding me? Have you been watching the stream for the past 3 hours? Hey, good call, Lexi. Good call. I absolutely need the stretch. I need to I've been non-stop talking bullshit for 3 hours straight, and my head is actually quite frazzled. Let me go get up and have a stretch. Maybe I might grab like a bite to eat or something. Folks, if you've been sitting and watching the stream for a while, maybe it might be a good idea to get up and do stretch too. Blood, move place, body good, happy body, happy life. There we go. Got it. Nailed. Alrighty, I'm back. We have decided to... I'm really hungry, so we might have decided to order McDonald's in the meantime. Just, you know, I'm gonna be eating some McDonald's a little bit, so just fair warning. 0 to 10, don't recommend McDonald's. I still end up eating it. Needs to reload his head, Lance, to continue talking. I feel like it should be more called my head cannon. I feel like that makes more sense. Sorry, I'm having a hard time putting my brain into the mode where I stop hunting and build something. I'm having a really hard time, like, moving to that way of being. There was none? Ah, okay. That's a shame. Oh well. I wanted Carolina to get me a mocha choca frappa latte chino with extra cream or whatever from McDonald's. I just have a craving for one of those, like, coffee milkshakes, basically. Put on some Pokemon Legends Battle Team for the hunts? No. I don't. Actually, no way. I might actually maybe we'll do that for. Can you link me to like an hour-long mix? Link me an hour-long mix and I will put it on. Or like a 20-minute long mix. Basically, however long a hunt will take mix, and I will throw it on for the next hunt. I was like, originally I was against the idea, but then I was like, actually, if I remember correctly, the Sword Shield Gym Leader music is an absolute bop. So yeah, that's okay. I accept. I'm having such a hard time just organizing my head for 5 seconds. This is... Oh, 5-minute mix make over you player later fights? Doesn't hear you shit. Marnie theme is better than Gym Leader music. Don't change my mind. I have no idea either way. Alright, we're not going to put it on yet. I have it sitting. I'm going to throw it on my other screen so I can monitor it. Okay, there we go. By monitor it, I mean actually not monitor it and have it entirely on the one screen. I'm having such a hard time moving my brain into a different mode. That's not just hunt and talk shit. It's weirdly like... Ooh, I don't know. Like, imagine... I'm trying to come up with like an analogy for it. As to what it feels like trying to do it. It's kind of like... It's hot. And I can't touch it. That's what it feels like. That part of my brain for building stuff.
What can I help you with?
Or maybe I just can't figure out the start point. Ultimately, what I'm looking for, what I'm trying to get here, is I think the slugger skill. If I want to go ham on knocking boys out, I think it's the slugger skill, and I have a feeling it's not this one. No, it's none of these actually. Because that's really all that is to worm stake spam on a wide gun lance, is just you're going for stuns, which means you want slugger, right? That's correct. I think. I don't know. I think so, though. Whew. I've done it. I've gotten there. Okay. My team was alright. I don't know. I feel like we need to fight. We need to have a fight now for this. Kulo Top, 2 Slugger, and a 2 slot, and Horn Maestro. But honestly, 2 Slugger and a 2 slot makes it basically better than anything, probably. What else? 1 Slugger, Thamina Thief. 2 Slugger. Oh, 2 attack boost, actually. This, the cooler one makes the most sense because it means I don't have to worry too much about most of the rest of the build. And the fashion is okay. Solidly mediocre. So I'll accept the shit out of that.
I got everything
Alright.
you need.
Weapon decorations. I need a slugger decoration. Which is called... Where is it? I've totally gone past it, haven't I? Wait, is there no slugger decoration? Right under windproof. Hey, thank you. Nailed it. Thank you very much. KO Jewel, that's what it was called. Oh. Yeah, no, my brain is having a rough time right now. Holy hell. I do not understand. I think this might be that thing where I really should have gone and looked into that whole ADHD thing. Because good lord, it is hard to put my brain in one spot and stay there. Whew. I feel like the chests aren't as crowded anyway. Which is this in reference to? Oh, Diablo? Is it? I don't know. I'm curious to try. I had zero interest in the Diablo series entirely. Like, it never once appealed to me. I think because I played a bit of Torch... Is it Torchlight? Torchlight 2? I think that's what it's called. I played a bit of that and no. And then I played, I think, a bit of Diablo 3 and no. It was actually Path of Exile kind of got me interested in it, and I'm like, I could actually go... I'm actually curious to try the new Diablo when it comes out. But at the same... By the same measure... I don't really want to support Blizzard at all. So yeah, difficult choice to make there. Let's go for a monster I'm comfortable with. If I'm doing something like this, I should pick a monster I'm like decently comfortable with, and somehow that monster is Rajang. I never thought I'd say this in my life. He's got a borderline illegal key. I mean, no. I still think I'm of the opinion that if I don't want to support something, even playing it with, you know, an illegally obtained version of it, and then talking about it with other people, or streaming it, or anything like that, is still in some ways supporting it, as I'm still effectively advertising it, right? Because they're such bad on postponing literally everything. It was more the gluttony of shitty business practices they've been pumping out recently. I won't forget the music. Thank you very much for the reminder. Let me grab that. Diablo is an idle clicker game, but a good one. I mean, if you're going for a idle clear game, that's not a bad idea. That's not bad at all. Okay. Let me turn this down to half volume, just because YouTube tends to be... This is way too high for this. Hang on, let me turn it down a little bit. Okay, sure, let's go. I feel like I've heard this before, and all I can remember was, man, that was some good high energy music, but I have no recollection of ever hearing this in my life. To be fair, Pokemon series, just Pokemon in general, the gym and often the like super fight music, the like super legendary fight music, is often really good. Like really good. I need to figure out how to worm stake constantly. Ah, there we go. Gotta learn to use the guard reload too. This whole endeavor, by the way, is to learn to use guard stake. Ooh. said guard stake, but honestly I think that kind of gets across what I was going for anyway. He never hits with that. Why does he never hit with that attack? Okay, I gotta stop. My muscle memory's causing me some issues here. Ooh. Okay. Okay, that time he did hit. So I don't understand video game. Ooh, let's go, lads. I should probably stand a little further away from this. It's so good every time. Rajang just ruining everything. No, right wyvern, hit the button. I was so confused when it looked like I was about to mount Rajang there. I was like, that's not who I was aiming for. Okay. Come on, spin to win. Nope. Rajang ruined everything. Man. Rajang's a freaking piece. Like, I actually really like his fight in this. No kappa. I straight up actually really enjoy it. Yo, hello. Understand. Wait, what the? I took my weapon out? Gotcha, motherfucker. Nailed him. Ooh, tremor. Oh, you know what it was? Actually, that's fair. Gotcha. Okay. No, he hit me at the last second. I was so confident. Oh, come on. Move, move, move. Diddly. Oh. This would be perfect in the arena quest. You know what? I'm doing an arena quest after this. Honestly, literally, just because I want to listen to the arena quest music. Because that shit absolutely bangs. Even though the theme doesn't go to the last Pokemon part, it could be near the end. This is an hour long. Yeah, this could take a while. Is there like a whatchamacallit, an end bit that like bops as well? What would you call it? There's totally like an actual musical term for the final part of a song. Well, you can blame Tin for getting a garbage version then. All Tin's fault. Ooh. I was about to... Oh, man. Okay. You know what? You know what I just realized? Huh. The side sweep. You literally asked me for the 1 hour version of a 5-minute song. I mean, I thought it would include... I thought you had this whole thing planned out and ready, and you had a good version ready to go, and you'd vetted and checked it, like, way before the stream started. Clearly my faith was misplaced. I think I did literally mean, like, no, to be fair, I literally did mean exactly this. It's just this version doesn't seem to have the good bit. To be 100% fair, I did literally mean this. It just turns out this doesn't have the good bit. Ooh. Didn't foresee this conversation. Clearly not talking to yourself in your own head enough. For shame. Alright. Mr. Jang. Your 5 o'clock with explosions have just come in.
Something's coming! This is the end!
The flowchart didn't go far forward enough. It really didn't. You heckin' heck made of various other hecks and words I couldn't possibly say, being a well-respected PG-13 Twitch streaming giant. Freaking... I do not know how we got out of that. If someone wants to go out of their way to find another version with the good bit, go ham.
You won't know what hits you.
Mother of pearl. That was my opening, for the record. That was the opening. If I hit him in the tail, that's fine too. What about Battle Tower? We can do Battle Tower on another hunt. Terrible music request hunts. But you do gotta make sure it's the right version. Won't be having none of these blue ball hype but not hype enough versions. Damn it, I keep just doing the thing for Blast Dash. Alright, Rajang. Bring it to me, baby. Come on. This one, proper banger version, just not 1 hour long, so you have to put it on loop myself. Okay. We will fight with that. How do I... Isn't it something like loop.youtube.com or something like that? Or, huh. Oh no, there's totally a feature for this, isn't there? Playback speed, no. Don't worry about it, Rajang, it's fine. Okay, hang on. I might need to pay. Never seen streams with official song requests that didn't go horribly wrong. Oh, mine were actually generally pretty fine, but you just don't do song requests anymore because the MCA is too much of a fear. Like, you just don't do proper. Just right click on the video player. Oh, neat. There we go. I was paying attention, I swear. Hey, look who successfully did a guard block. Look at me. Like a god gamer, practically. No! I could have delayed that. I could have held it a little longer, and I probably would have been able to get the worm stake into his head. Oh god, no. Okay. Come on. No, I did it wrong. Man, muscle memory. Muscle memory is one hell of a drug. I'm doing my full burst. I'm basically just repeating my full burst combos. But I'm forgetting to adjust them for wide Gunlance. Honestly, this is good. This is legitimately good practice to move my head a little bit out of the muscle memory I've gained, because I'm relying too much on it at the moment, I think. Back to muscle memory.
Be careful! Have a taste of this! Now I'm getting angry! Here it comes!
Oh boy.
I knew I could count on you.
Yes! Okay, nailed it that time. Did not nail it that time. Come on, lad. Nope. No wire bugs. I was trying to do the counter there, but forgot I was out. That is unfortunate. You know, never mind. I still got the worm stake into him, so I'm calling that a success. I think that's perfectly acceptable. Took half my HP bar and damage. Fine, got the worm stake in. Gotcha. Excuse me. I call shenanigans on that bullshit. I was countering.
Oh no, you don't!
Like, huh? Where's this guy? Where's this lad going? Incoming Rickroll. Yeah, to be honest, I didn't actually check, so you totally could have snuck a Rickroll in there. Unfortunately, you've missed your chance now. Also, Rickrolls don't really work anymore if you just send someone a link. You can't just like send someone a link and be like, haha, you have been Rickrolled. You gotta like set them up for expectation of something entirely different and then hit them with the Rickroll. Like, the Rickroll game has changed. Ooh. Over the fence? Ooh. Freaking Discord nailed Rickrolling, by the way. Actually, I don't know if it was officially Discord. I don't know if it was officially Discord that did it, but there was an announcement on April 1st. So Discord were in talks to be bought by Microsoft, and on April 1st they released a thing being like further details on our acquisition by Microsoft, and it was literally just a Rickroll. That was a damn good one. Like, that was a well done Rickroll. Giant corporate merger set up just to do a Rickroll. Rickroll with the DMC strikes we got along the way. Oh. I still yet to get one, by the way. I'm okay with that. It's not an invitation. Okay. Wrong button. Oh, he's dead. Oh, okay, sure.
Awesome!
That was a learning experience. I think I'm gonna stick with this for a little bit to try and get this shit down, because I do wanna get better at doing that set of combos. Like those general things, moving into learning how to go from counter or slide into worm stake, because I really don't do them consciously well enough. I have really bad news, by the way. I don't particularly like this part of the song. Not even Carvin? Oh shit!
Nothing personal, buddy.
I just forget. I legitimately forget carving's a thing sometimes.
Hey,
By the way, I finished along with the end of the song, so fucking haters come at me. I just closed YouTube altogether. Oh shit, you know what time it is. You know what time it motherfucking is? I mean, actually, I'm pretty rich. Like, in terms of Rajang bits, I've got 8 tails and 30-something of everything. Like, I actually don't need Rajang bits at all. Actually, no, it is not that time. It's McDonald's just arrived time, so I wanna eat my McDonald's. I wanna eat my McDonald's. That's what time it is. Yeah, that's good. I do need to decide. I could just call it a short stream today. I could just call it a short stream and end and eat. Or I could keep going. You know, I think I'm happy to just end the stream and eat. I think I'm happy to just end the stream and eat. Apologies for cutting it a little short today, but I feel like we're at like a point in time where if I eat, I'll be gone for 20 minutes, and then I'll only be back for like half an hour to an hour up to 10 o'clock. And I'm like, and I could just be like, I could just end it here and have like a nice end. I've had a good time. I feel like, actually, yeah, I have decided. I have officially decided. I'm gonna chill it out here for the evening. I know it's a bit short, but hey, I'll try and make up for it next week. Who dares add me as a friend? Actually, no, I actually don't know who it was, but someone did add me as a friend recently. I have no idea who it was. Let me do some shit here. Apologies for the sudden end, but I like the idea of ending all of a sudden. Let's have a look and see who else is online and who might rate up. You know when you're doing something and you're having fun and you're like, hey, I'm actually gonna like stop doing it now because I'm having fun and I'm worried that I'll stop having fun if I keep going. That's kind of where I'm at. So, does anyone have anyone they'd recommend me raid? Shio is playing Rise. Yeah, I think honestly Shio's playing Rise. If folks want to play a bit more Rise, I think this is a good place to go. She's apparently joined the Church of Lance, so you know, terrible shit. Like, I've got a specific raid message for this. I got a specific raid message. There we go. That's the raid message for the record. Ah yes, the inferior lance. And preferably with, if you've got a smug emote that you can sub in for B or for handsome, go with that too. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. folks, thank you all very much for hanging out. Sorry for the sudden end, but I feel like 3.5 hours is a little short. I haven't had a short stream in a while, I think. Oh, it's fine, it's fine. Oh shit, no, but I'm technically going off schedule. That's fine. Y'all here to see me go off schedule. Not the end of the world. Folks, I hope you've had a good time. I mean, half a good time as I had streaming for you today. If you enjoyed the stream, be sure to toss a follow to catch future streams and check out the Discord and Twitter for all that other good stuff. Thank you all very much for watching. Let's go show some love. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you at the latest on next Tuesday, and maybe on Monday, all going if things go well. All right, have a wonderful day. Bye bye. Remember how to change scenes. There we go.